Hi guys, it's your boy the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click the bell button after subscription and share the channel too as well. Um, don't forget to leave your comment at the comment section. It's been a while. Like I said, I have a whole lot of things going on, and apart from that, too, I still have. Let me just say, you can hear from my voice that I'm having a very severe, what do you call it, severe cold too as well, and it's the reason why I'm not able to come online because I have a very severe cold. I don't know. I've been taking some medication too as well, so I've not been able to come online with you guys. But uh, yes, so today's topic, I wanted to come online and then answer you guys too as well. The last video that I was talking a little bit about who is black and who is white and who is mixed too as well. And the reason why I'm back online to talk about this is on the platform, my Telegram platform, I have seen a lot of people talking about their definition of who is black, who is white too. Where I come from, we have a different definition. And me as a black guy, I would say uh, we are the ones who define who is us and who is not us. And talking about this, it brings me uh, back to Africa. Okay, specifically West Africa, the way we see who we simply define to be black or white. Even here, if my microphone is working perfectly because I'm using my cell phone as a microphone, and at the same time I'm using it as a camera too as well. So let me know at the comment section if you can hear my voice clearly, so that I can know that you. So people being black, for me, personally, from Africa, I would say not everybody. No, I don't just accept anybody to be black. You understand? You cannot just be black. You have to be black if you have both black. You understand? You can't simply assume or just say you are black because you decide to be black. It doesn't make sense. Why can't you decide say you are white and then everybody will just accept the fact that you are white? At the comment section too, I came across somebody who was saying uh, Africans Africans, we don't have race. Okay, this person says Africans, we don't have race. We have race. Okay, we Africans, we have race, and apart from having race, we have what do you call it? We have tribes. We have tribes, and the difference between the race and the tribe is you can be any race, but you are still under a tribe. You understand? You can be any race, but you are still under a tribe, and you can be, but you cannot be any tribe and then be under one part. Let me just say, yeah, be. You cannot be one particular. How do I say this? Uh, you can come from any other race, but under a tribe. But you cannot come from under a tribe belonging. No, yeah, it's the same thing. If I'm confusing, but let me just say, race. I don't know, especially people from the United States, or let me just say, people from the West, specifically, their definition of race is, like, it's for me, let me just say, for me, I see it to be super ignorant. Yes, because why do I say super ignorant? Because me, if you look at my features, some people, like black people, we have our features, our body features, our physical and our body features. We have it just the same as the white people have their physical body features too as well. You understand? So me as a black person, and I'm here, I'm telling you that looking at your feature, you are not black. I'm telling you that you are not black. Then you look at me and then tell me that because you read some books from some scientists and what the scientists are saying, because of what the scientists are saying, you are looking at my face and telling me that no, what me I am, the definition of black that I'm saying is not considered to be black. Some people bring the idea of full people, let me just say, Ethiopian people, Madagascan people. They bring all sort of, you know, people for me to accept that those people are black people. They are not black. Point of correction. If you say they are Africans, I will accept that. You understand what I'm saying? If you say those people, they are Africans, just like me, I will accept that. But I cannot accept that they are black people. Ethiopian people are not black people. A whole lot of African people, okay, they are not black people, but they also have their race. You understand? You cannot look at them and then simply say, because they are from the African continent, so therefore they are black. They are not black. Your definition of black as a Westerner compared to we the ones from Africa, the black people from Africa, our definition of black is simply different. You understand what I'm saying? It's simply different. And when you come to Africa, like I said, we have a what do you call it? We have tribes and we have race. You understand? You don't mix tribes and race. You don't do that because tribe comes with some kind of package. What are some of the package of a tribe? The language they speak, the way they do things, which is their culture, their customs, and everything comes in when you talk about tribe. You understand? But when you are talking about the race simply comes with what? The physical body features. You understand? Like body features, the face, how they look, their hair, they like all these things. When you are talking about race, that is what you understand. But a whole Western brothers and sisters, they simply come out with some theology of the scientists by black people ignorant. What you call those same people? You understand? So because uh, the white man, so therefore they cannot be white. Black. What now? Can you hear me, guys? With it. What about now? Can you hear me now? It's is it working? Let me check the audio. Okay, now it's working. All right, so okay, now you can hear me, right? All right. So so like I was saying, your definition, I was reading some comments the last videos that I did about who is black and who is white and who is mixed too as well. But it's unfortunate that I wasn't able to come on live because I was no, I'm still having cold. Okay, but compared to before, I think today is okay. So today I decided to come at the time that at least I can get you guys online. If somebody has something to say to, they can say it afterwards. But now I'm going to talk. And now I'm going to make something clear here. Like I said, when you come to Africa, Africa, we have a lot of different Africans, okay? In Africa, we are all not black people because Westerners from South America to North America, a whole lot of people simply consider any type of person who is not mixed, who is not pure white as black most of the time, because some people will bring their argument by saying when you come to Brazil specifically, we have a lot of black people here in Brazil, but which is a lie. It's completely a lie. You understand? When you come to South America, the majority of the people you get on here, you get here in South America are mixed people. They are not black people. You understand? We have black people, yes, but this black people that we have here, they are not so much like the Wikipedia assumes. You understand? Because when you go to Wikipedia right now and you type uh, which country has more black people in the world, they will tell you apart from Nigeria, Brazil has a lot of black people, which is completely a lie. Why is it a lie? Because when you come here, most of the people, most majority of the people are mixed people, and you cannot simply assume mixed people to be black people, because even when you come to Africa, there are a whole lot of people, we don't call them black people. For example, we can use Ethiopian people as a very good example. Ethiopians, we don't, most of us who, black people who look like me, we don't consider Ethiopians as black people. We consider them as some kind of mixed race, even though they are Africans. You understand? They are Africans. So this is the thing here. A whole lot of people confuse, uh, they confuse race and tribe. Like I said in the beginning, I said race and tribe are two different things. When you come to tribe, you can get white people from the same tribe, white and black people from the same tribe. You can get white, black, mixed people from the same tribe. But when you talk about race, race is race talks about the physical body features. You understand? People who have body features like me, you consider those people to be black. Because recently, like I said, I had some viewer who went to West Africa, and this viewer, when he got to West Africa, the West Africans were calling him uh, names. They didn't call him black. They said he's not black. But when he was in the Western world, he considered himself to be black. So why can't these people? Me, my argument is, why can't those people who call themselves blacks and they are not blacks, they are mixed people? Why can't call themselves? Why can't they call themselves white people? This is my argument. When you say you are black, it means you have to be black, looking like me. You don't have to be having some curly hair, you know, some kind of feature. You understand? Some kind of feature which doesn't doesn't have anything to do with black. You understand? So I'm trying to make something clear out here. When you say you are black, it means that you look like me. You have that feature like me. You have that kinky hair like me. I don't have curly hair. If my hair grows right now, I don't have curly hair. Look at my beards. They are kinky beards. You understand? My beards are kinky beards. So, like, when you come to Africa, we have a whole lot of African people. Yeah, Africans. They are all Africans. Yeah, Ethiopians are Africans. Lebanese, I say Lebanese. Libyan people are Africans. Egyptian people are Africans. You know, like when you go through the African continent, we have a lot of, like a lot of people, like race. But these people, majority of them, they are not black like us. They are only from Africans, and they are only from Africa, and they are Africans. You understand? So for you to simply come out and say, in America or in Brazil, when you are mixed, you are from one, your one of your parents is black or white, you are simply considered as black. That's nonsense. That's typically nonsense. When we are coming to tell you people who black is, then you will start looking for what do you call it, books, scientist books, to read from the science books, to ask black people by saying those people, scientists has the scientists confirmed that the dominant gene makes describe the whole thing. That's nonsense. Yeah, we don't consider Ethiopians to be black people. When you come to the West Africa, or you go to uh, 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 wherever we have people who look like me, we don't simply consider you to be black. Period. You are not black. You understand? You are African. Yes, we accept that you are African. Yeah, because you are from the motherland, but you are not black. How can I look at somebody who looks mixed and then simply call that person to be black? That's nonsense. Why can't I call that person to be white? You understand? So if good, this is one of the good questions that I'm even going to answer. When you come to the black people, okay, when you come to the black people, we have black people with lighter skin. You understand? Black people with what? Lighter skin. How do black people with lighter skin look? Black people with lighter skin have kinky hair. When you pour water on their hair, it doesn't look curly. You understand? Mixed people. Mixed people, they don't use chemicals in their hair for their hair to look curly or jerry. You understand what I'm saying? We have black people who have lighter skin. When you come to West Africa, specifically, because I am from West Africa, I can tell you this: we have black people with lighter skin, and these black people with lighter skin, they have that black, what do you call it, features, and they have 100% black features. You understand? Like their hair, when you pour water on their hair, it won't turn into curly hair. No, it won't do that. When you pour the water, it's still kinky hair, the same way it is. You understand? And they have that feature. They have all the complete features. You understand? So a whole lot of people who come and then simply look at anybody who is mixed and then they call them black people, it's just nonsense. Yeah, you understand? If you are like I said, when you come to Africa, specifically in the west of Africa, we have black people who are lighter skin. You understand? Black people who are what? Lighter skin, but they don't have curly hairs. The feature of being black, we have features. You understand? We have features of what makes you black. That feature will keep you to be black. You understand? You cannot just look mixed and then because you look mixed, then yes, yeah, I have my mother. My mother, she looks lighter. My mother looks lighter, but she's black because she doesn't have curly hair. You understand? My father looks, let me just say, chocolate. He looks not too dark, but you understand, some kind of way. But he's black because both their hairs are kinky. Period. They have that features. They have that big lips. They have everything. They don't have anything different. You understand? So when you come to Africa, we have people who are lighter skin, but they are black people. You understand? Even though they have lighter skin, my mom, she's lighter skin, like I said, but she's black. You understand? And there is difference between people who have lighter skin and people who are mixed. You understand? People who are mixed, they come from two different races. That's the definition. They are mixed. And we cannot consider those people to be what? To be black. You understand? Uh, Somebody like Malcolm X, whoever they are, we have them, a whole lot of them in America, like a whole lot of people who they are not black people, they are just mixed people, but they are all assuming to be black people. Meanwhile, when they come to Africa, nobody will even recognize them as 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 even people who even have a black parent. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that if you have, black mother and black father, or black father, sorry, it doesn't matter if you have white mother and black father, or black father and white mother, that qualifies you to be black. You are not black, you are mixed. That one, that's one terrible mistake people, a whole lot of people do in the West. I have lived, when I first got here, I live here in Brazil. When I first got here, a whole lot of mixed Brazilian people, they consider themselves to be black people. Yesterday, I met even one. He was yesterday. I took my wife to a clinic, okay, and one of her family member came in, and he considered himself to be black. And when I got there, he was like, "We have one more black guy here," and I was like, "I'm the only black guy here. You are not black. You are mixed." And he was like, "No." I said, "No, you are mixed. You are not black. You have a white mother and your father is black, or you have a black mother and your father is white. So you are simply not black. So before you can assume to be black, therefore you have to be typically black like me." I made it very clear. Me, wherever I go, and somebody comes and they are trying to look black in front of me, and I see that they are not black, I make it very, very clear to them that they are not black, they are mixed. And when I go here, I've seen a whole lot of mixed people claiming to be black people, and I keep laughing. And even a very good example is when most of our African people, when they first get here, they simply look at everybody to be white until they start get accepting that lies. They start accepting that lies in their head. Even after accepting the lies, when they go back to Africa for some time and they come back, they still start with that same idea again. Let me see. Okay, good. That's a good comment right there. Northern Belly says it's so tricky here because my father is dark with curly hair and large features. My mother is a little lighter with kinky hair and small features. I'm lighter with features that fall in between. Okay, good. Let me let me address this particular one. When you come to Africa, we have people who are dark. Okay, they are dark. They are not black, but they are dark. And their darkness, with their darkness, they have curly hairs. Those people, even those people, we don't consider them to be black. You understand? Because our body features are different. The person might look dark with a pointed nose, with a curly hair. We have those kind of people. You understand? Yeah, so the fact that you look darker doesn't mean you are black if you have curly hair. You look, because here when you come here, we will give you name. Sorry. When you go to West Africa, when you go to West Africa, you come to where there are many of us, black people, like many of us who look like me, and you look very dark and you have that curly hair, we will give you name quickly. So if you are black, if we accept you to be black, why would we give you name? You understand? I have a viewer who went to Africa and he says Uh, he was called a buzu, but he didn't understand the meaning of buzu because he looks black and he was called name. When you come to Africa, when you don't understand Africa, when you don't understand we Africans, uh, you will understand the whole race thing. Because when you come to Africa, even in Africa, we have to we wave within ourselves. Like how do I say this? Yeah, we weave it. We drain. We drain. It's like you blend the juice. When you blend the juice, you drain the juice out of the what do you call it? Out of the fruit. You understand? Yeah, I'm doing great. Omo, I see you. You understand? Yeah, when you talk about the culture, we have a lot of culture. Africa, when you come to Africa, we have a lot of culture. And when you talk about the culture, in within the culture, you get any type of race within the culture, which I was talking about in the beginning about the tribe. When you talk about the tribes, when you come to African tribes, within the tribes, you get all race in the tribes. You understand? Because the tribes, people from tribes can have babies anywhere. You understand? Like they can have babies in China, they can have babies in Europe and all that, and their kids will be part of the tribe and the culture and everything. You understand what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that because they have the culture and the language, they can speak the dialect. It means that they are black people. They are not black people. You understand? They are not black people. Let's just be clear with this. This is something that we have to be talking about severely because I see a whole lot of Westerners who look mixed. They come claiming they are black people, and when you say they are not black, they look at you like you are ignorant. Meanwhile, you are a black, and you can tell them what they are going to be called when they come within us. I'm going to share what do you call it? The link. If you want to join the link for this live chat, you can simply you can simply click the link to join. Let me
Looking for a free project management solution?
let me quickly pin. I'm going to pin it. I just pin it. So anybody who wants to join, I have the link right there. You can click and then join it, and you can come out. You can come. You can bring your argument. Yeah, Foley, I see you. Yeah, I see you. Today I am here with you guys because I'm a bit okay today. So anybody who has any arguments can simply click the link and then join me and bring up your argument. Who do you define to be white? Who do you define to be black? And who do you define to be mixed? You understand? We have the mix. We have black. We have white. And I'm telling you, mixed people are not black people. Mixed people are not white people. Yeah, Foley is here. Yeah, so Foley, what's your argument? We are here.
Not just
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we can hear you now.
But can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
What's the topic, man?
Man, the topic today is who is black and who is white and who is mixed too as well. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Now I can hear you now.
All right, perfect. So that's the topic today. Who is black and who is white? What is your take on this? Because like I said, mixed people are not black people. Mixed people are not white people. Mixed people are mixed people. And even in Africa, when you come to Africa, we still have a group of people who are not black people, but they are Africans. You understand? So I went through some comment section and I read some few comments at the comment section. Someone was making me feel like, no, I'm not right. Because in the West, they have their own definition of black in the West. And the West is a very big place where some group of people simply don't accept some group of people to be white people, but rather black people. Why should it be like that? Oh, okay, you have two pages over there because I can hear myself. Are you there? Oh, okay. I think his connection is a bit bad. So I think, like I said, this is simply a very important. This is a very important topic that people don't talk about, and it's very very annoying. Yeah. So it is, like I said, it is a very very important topic, but it's just that people people are not talking about it, but they are rather talking about some other issues. But anyway, this issue, I'm going to bring this issue back so that we can simply. Oh, okay, perfect. It's on. Yeah, so you have to close the YouTube itself and then leave the stream yard on.
Got it.
Oh, okay, perfect. It's working now.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you clear now. So I had missed some of what you had said. So start over again.
Yeah, so like I was saying before, a whole lot of people from the West specifically, they believe they have their definition of who is black and who is white. So therefore, the definition of who is black from Africans, they don't accept that one. What is your take on that one?
Well, white will be Europeans, um, and a person of a darker color will be classified as a black person. And what they did here in America is they start to classify. So now, if you're brown, be brown skin. If you're light skin. So that's a European classification.
Okay, so who are you going to define to be black?
Anybody
You
from an
personally.
anyone from African descent, um, because we have so many shades of people here in the States. You might see a person maybe brown skin, but they have the facial features of a darker skinned person. Are you going to say they're not African and their parents are black? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like you remember I said something. I was saying in Africa, people from Africa, we are all Africans, but we are not all black people in Africa, because when you come to West Africa, where I come from, and you don't look like us, we don't consider you to be black. You understand? We will start giving you names and also, like putting you in a different, like group of race and stuff like that. I don't know if you have been to West Africa before,
No,
but
no.
okay. Because I'm saying this because no, I have a group, a platform on my Telegram. I don't know if you are on that group platform. I don't really
No,
know. If
no.
okay, if you are there, you will see there is one guy who is a bit Brazilian and a bit American. So this guy went to before he didn't believe what I was saying because I said being mixed doesn't make you black, and he was like, "No, what you are saying in Brazil, uh, mixed people who look like this, we call them we are all black people," and he himself he is a mixed guy too as well, so he also considered himself to be black and stuff like that. And I told him he should try and then go to the West Africa. When he goes to the West Africa, when they call him black, then I will accept that he's a black guy.
How would
So
they call?
recently,
How would
yeah.
they call him in Ghana? What would they classify him as?
Okay, so when he got there, they call him a blofo, blofonin in the local Akan language. When we say somebody is called blofonin, or we it means that he's a white guy. He's not black, or they call him half caste. Some will call him blofo. Some will call him half caste. And when you are being called half caste, it means that you are mixed. You understand? You are someone from a white and a black parent. You
Is that
understand? You are
good?
not considered to be black.
Is that good or bad?
Okay, it's not. It's actually not good. Sorry, it's actually not bad thing because when you are mixed over there, it gives you a bit more of what do you call it?
Privilege?
Privilege. You understand what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's not a bad thing. But the bad thing is claiming to be black whilst you are not black. You understand? And another bad thing is the way the black people who look like us in the West also accept the fact that mixed people are black. You understand? Because when
Mhm.
you come to Africa and in the West specifically, and you are mixed, you have another privilege on top of that because
So,
you get access to do
so
a whole
how
lot
are
of
so how are the people in South Africa like that are lighter? How are they classified?
good. You That is a very good question. Any South African who is on my channel will tell you this. Uh, in South Africa, most of them are lighter skin. Okay, they are black people with light skin and kinky hairs. They don't have any curly hair. And if you are mixed, they call you colored. They don't call you black in
Okay.
South Africa. So even in South Africa, where the population are lighter skin, when you are mixed, they still differentiate you to be mixed. They call you name, and the name they call you in South Africa is what? A colored.
Is that good, bad?
Okay, in South Africa, when you are called colored, it gives you some other, form of reputation too, just like in the west of Africa, that privilege.
Okay, okay.
You understand? You are always privileged when
So
you
if you have two people that have the same credentials, let's say a guy, two students graduated accounting degrees, and the firm is looking for one new employee. They all dress the same with suits. Everything is there, but just the same. They pretty much have the package. You saying the colored guy will get it first?
trust me, even I won't go too far. Look at our movie industries. Our movie industries, when you look at our movie industries, a lot of these mixed guys, they don't even know how to play a better role. They have they have bigger positions in those roles, in those movies. They give them higher roles and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the same. The two of us, you are a mixed guy and I'm a black guy, we have the same qualification. We go to a company. Just because of that, he can get the job and then you won't get the job.
Why is that? Is that the person who is hiring feel more comfortable with him being around?
Yeah, not being comfortable. It's it's like giving the company some kind of reputation. Like it means, oh yeah, the company has nice looking people. They consider that one to be nice. You understand?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they consider someone who is mixed or lighter skin to be more of, like, he's nice, he's handsome, or she's beautiful. Like when you go to Ghana, for example, you have a lot of these celebrities who are celebrities for nothing, just because they come from mixed parents. we
Mm.
have we have Van Vika, we have Sister Deborah, we have a whole lot of names.
What was your experience in South Africa?
Okay, in South Africa, I didn't have any bad experience because of like anywhere I go, I try to blend in properly. You understand? Like,
Mm.
try to blend in properly so that I don't have any issue. I'm not the kind of African who, when they travel to a place, they like to stay in that their African zone. Like where there are a
Oh,
lot
you
of
kind of you kind of
yes,
mingle with everybody.
yes. I try to blend in. So for
Hmm.
you to even remember that this guy is one African guy, sometimes you even forget that I'm African.
Right,
You
right,
understand?
right.
Yeah.
Which
So,
so in South, how long did you spend there?
oh, I spent like 2 years in South Africa. For my first visit, I spent 1 year. The second time, I spent more than 2 years because I was living there. I was
Okay.
living in Eastern Cape, and Eastern Cape, I wasn't living uh, in a city where, like, it's easy to come across Africa. I say Africans in South Africa. They call us Africans anyway. uh, in a city where there are a whole lot of West Africans. You understand? I didn't live there. When I was living in Eastern Cape, because when you go to Eastern Cape, where you can find more of the West Africans are in East London. The bigger place where there are full of much more like opportunities and stuff like that. They are there. But I wasn't living there. I was living in a place called Humtata, Eastern Cape, and Humtata is like you are living in a typical South African like typical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a place where it's a bit rare to come across your people, and even when you come across them, you even think that they are your people. You understand? Until maybe you start communicating or something. You understand? So my experience in South Africa wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all because I was always with the South Africans, and even the place I was living and everything. I was living for free because I was, my friends, they gave me the place for free because they even
Right.
forgot I was foreigner because of the way, I was with them and stuff like that. So
So let me ask you, you're in Brazil. How do they classify your kids?
my kids, look, Brazilian, like I said, each and every single place you come in the West, because we classify from the South America to the North America, we classify them as what? As, Westerners. So here they see them like, okay, they are black because they have names for the categories, like
Right.
uh, you have Morena Clara, the Morena Escura, like, you understand? They classify you based on how lighter you look, even though they are all classified to be, they call them black people, they are all black, you understand? But if for me, I make it very, very, like, when someone who is not black is claiming to be black, I make it very clear that, look, yeah, you are not black. Like,
How long are you going to be on for? I have to step out for a while.
oh, I'm here tonight. I'm going to be here, because
So
I'm
I
just.
might be back. I want to be back in half an hour. Is that cool?
It's cool. You can be back on half an hour. I'll still be here
All right,
because.
then I'll be. All right, then I'll be back on.
All right, no problem. All right, so anybody who wants to join can simply click the link and then come on and tell us what you think about your definition of who is black and who is white or who is mixed. Because I am telling you guys that mixed people are not black people. You understand? mixed people. They are mixed people. They are from two different race and stuff like that. So let me see this. He says it's okay for it to be different in other places. Do we need a worldwide standard? I don't think so. I think we have to. What the world needs is the world need to accept or understand the fact that if you are from this race, you are typically from that race. Period. We shouldn't give a race a different race to another race. You understand? We shouldn't confuse people. We shouldn't brainwash wash people's mind by making them believe that no, this guy because he's like this, so he's like this. Yeah, if you want to join, yeah, you are welcome to join. Let me add the person here. Yeah. So, what is your take on this topic? I have a severe what do you call it? I have a severe cold. So, guys, I'm sorry if my yes, you are on.
Hello,
What is
can you
your
hear?
take on the topic? Who do you consider to be black and who do you consider to be white? Who do you consider to be mixed? What is your experience and where are you talking from too as well?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm talking from Ghana,
Oh,
precisely.
fantastic. That's my brother right there.
Currently in OT region. You know OT region.
Yeah.
Okay. Me, I consider black people to be people who are from Africa and quote, but mostly they were sent to the what, the Europe and maybe the America through slavery. That's the people I call blacks. People who suffered from colonial masters. The rule of colonial masters are blacks. People who were ruled by what, other nations are blacks, and the white people are people who were not ruled. They gain independence from their birth. That's people who gain like freedom since from their childhood. They are people of like white. White doesn't necessarily mean the color and coat, but black people are people who were ruled by what, the white people or the colonial masters. That's why what me I know about what, when you talk somebody is a black, it's somebody that was like ruled by a master who has
So
gone through
like
slavery.
for example, I want to ask you this.
Okay,
Uh since you are from Ghana, uh who how do you see someone like Van Vika?
Van Vika.
Yes.
Van Vika is a black man.
Van Vika. Why
Yeah,
do
he's
you
a black.
consider Van Vika to be black?
Van Vika, we know is having is having a white side of him and a black side of him, but
Okay. Mm,
mostly Van Vika will consider him. He has spent most of his life in Ghana, for instance. So he's a black person. He's a black person.
okay,
We can't.
so therefore to you, Van Vika it's black. This
Yeah,
guy
yeah. It's a black.
so because you will simply consider him black because he spent so much time in Ghana and he has a Ghanaian parent,
Yeah,
so you consider him to be black.
black. Yeah, he's a black guy.
Okay, I respect your opinion on this, but it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. But me, I still don't consider them to be black people because they are not black because they are mixed people. They are from one parent. One side is I think they are Liban. He's a Lebanese. One
Yeah, he's a
side of it,
Lebanese.
yeah. So I won't consider him to be black like us. I rather always prefer to say he's a mix, even though he's a Ghanaian. Because, like I said, in Africa, we can all be Africans, but talking about a race, we all have, we have that. We know very well that when you see somebody who who doesn't look like us, we don't call him black. We simply have names for them because, like I said, a whole lot of my viewers who were a bit mixed
Yeah.
when they visited West Africa, they had that same problem. People were calling them names and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for
Oh,
uh
okay.
yeah,
I have
but
some. I
yeah,
have some few questions for you, though.
all right.
Okay, I've been following you for a while now, and we are talking about Brazil. I hope you are in Sao Paulo. Oh,
No, I live in Brasilia. I don't live in Sao Paulo. I live in
okay,
Brasilia.
Brazil. Okay, okay. What is the way forward of you coming to Brazil? What is the commonest way can you travel to Brazil?
Okay, there are some questions like this. You have to simply get in touch with me because on air we don't know who is watching and we don't know who. You understand what I'm saying? So there are some questions like this that I will recommend, or I will simply ask you to follow me on Instagram and send me a message on there. Then we can discuss more about this kind of topics because we cannot simply talk about how to get here. But you know what I'm talking about. You are Ghanaian, so
Oh, yeah, yeah, I know what. So you have been in South Africa before, right?
oh yeah, I've lived in South Africa. I've lived in so many places around the world, but in South Africa, I've lived there for a very long time in South Africa, and I was even deported from South Africa. So yeah, I have a very.
So when you were staying in South Africa those days, how do they take you? Are you a black or a white person in South
They,
Africa?
they call me African. They call me African. Yeah, I think his line is a bit weak. Maybe he might be back on. Yeah, so yeah, you are with us. Chitlins and grits, you are with us.
Yes, I am with you.
Yes.
Now, what made you
So
get in this
the
conversation
topic,
today?
yeah, you are welcome. You're welcome.
What made you get in this conversation today?
Yeah, because I posted some videos some a few days ago,
Uh-huh.
and on my Telegram group chat platform, I have a whole lot of people who like have been saying, ah, no, mix is black, and mix cannot be black.
Let me just correct you from certain standpoints. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. The thing is, the problem with you, and I love you to death. You're my brother,
Yeah,
and
Brian,
sometimes,
I know it's you.
yeah, and sometimes, like brothers, we do have disagreements.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you what the African American perspective on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and this is my perspective. This is my personal perspective. Due to our history, I think I tried to explain it to you a bunch of times. Due to
Yeah,
our
you did
history,
it. But like I said,
right, right. Due to our
still,
history,
yeah,
due
I
to
still
our
stand.
history, due to
Yeah.
our history. Let's say during slavery, during that time, black people and mixed people, pretty much had to create a society within the society. What I mean by that is, rejection from both sides. So we had to create, even though it was division, but we had to create a
Is
cohesive
it is
union.
it rejection or division? Because I don't,
No,
it's
what I mean is rejection from the broader society, but we were divided between one is mixed, one is not.
okay.
But the thing is, we had to pretty much become one group to unite to fight the broader society. So, and, in other words, like in a lot of black families, which you might see, right,
Yeah.
where you do see admixed blacks with blacks, and you have black people looking all types of ways. You know what I mean? Which is in America, and then also too, a person might be, let's say, look like you or me, but they have 20% European admixture. But when you look at their relatives, some of their relatives, you're like, oh, okay, I see. What's the possibility where he get that mixture from? Then you'll understand certain things among, I'm not saying all African American families, because I'd be kind of stupid and disingenuous to say that BS. Uh, you know, I would say a certain segment of African American families where you might find you, and you might find somebody who look like, or you and me, because we're about the same, really,
Yeah,
and somebody who might look like, I don't know, like a Beyonce.
yeah, like a Beyonce, yeah.
Yeah, a Beyonce as your cousin or your first cousin, but
Yeah,
your aunt looks like Beyonce, but your mom look a certain way. You know what I mean? And then whoever they marry, okay, will be the genetic results of that. I guess of what the kid's going to look like. So you could have like a first cousin who look like one way, and then you look like a certain way, and then you have a niece and nephew who look like a certain. It's just like all types of stuff going on.
yeah.
So
I
it's kind
remember. I remember you said in your family you have a lot of people who look so much different. You know,
right. Like I have uncles who look like you, right?
yeah.
And then I have uncles who look, who you might think is, mixed race. You know what I mean?
Okay, my question is, when you went to Africa, because I know you've been to Africa several times, you said something. What name were you given? Because
No, it wasn't going to Africa. Somebody was going by my picture.
oh,
I
okay.
mean,
So
in one
you
forum.
didn't go there, but you've been to Africa, right?
Yeah, I've been to Africa. It's several times.
Okay, so somebody showed your picture to somebody, and what did the person say?
That was just a picture at a weird angle I had, and it was in a Nigerian forum. And and they said you look like a bozo or whatever, but it was an angle. It was the angle I had. I was trying to look cute.
No, but naturally, okay, naturally, when you go to the West Africa, you remember that our other viewer from he's half Brazilian and half American. You remember that guy?
You're right. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. What did he say?
Oh, he didn't see my picture. He didn't see my picture at all. But
No, what he was.
when he went to when he went to Ghana specifically, he basically said that people called him probably like white or something like that.
Yeah,
or
they call him half caste.
Right, half caste.
Yeah,
and that's not what I'm saying. Is what I'm saying is this: you go by the standards of society. Now, let me just bring it back to the United States again. Okay, we do have admixed people who are part of the Black community, and I will say most of these admixed people don't know they.
You accept that they are mixed.
No. Yeah, most of these admixed people do not know their white ancestors. They don't. A lot of them don't. However, let's say the case of your daughter, okay, and your wife is white, you're Black. Now we see that group of people, since they know their parents are Black and they know their wife, your mom is white, they mix race. This case closed because they have different race parents in the household. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't understand what you're saying.
You do understand.
So you mean the person first needs to know who their parents are, then they can understand that they are mixed. They like case closed. They don't have any say. It's mixed.
Yeah, they mix race. That's obvious. Okay. They have two different parents in one household. Even if the parent's not around, they know their mom or dad is half white or Black, what have you. They mix race. That's case closed. That's two parents.
But why? What I don't understand is why in the west of why in America, from South America to North America, why do Black people simply want to accept people who look mixed to be Black?
I would say, this brings the confusion with the admix. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to bring confusion with admix and unmix, because certain admix people could look very mixed, but they have different. Like, it was one girl on the YouTube channel. She was admixed person. You would think she was a mulatto, but she got her father looked like you and me, right?
Yeah.
And her mom was very, very light skinned African American woman. But when she did the DNA test, I know you don't believe DNA is real. I mean, sometimes it could be
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
it's
Right, right. But she scored. I'm a poster here, and you can see it. She don't know nothing about no white ancestry, but she had 65% European. And she could speculate that even though her father is dark skinned, that he
yeah,
had some type of European ancestry back in the past.
yeah.
But she came out 65% and she looked like a typical mixed race person, but she don't know anything about any white ancestor back in the day. Same thing with people like basketball, like Chris Brown. Chris Brown
Yeah, Chris
parent,
Brown, yeah.
Chris Brown mother is mixed person, but she don't know nothing about any
Her
white
parents.
ancestors, back in her day, probably what, over 100 years ago or 50, 60 years ago. And she got with Chris Brown's father. He's black. Same thing with the basketball player Curry. Both of his parents is admix. They know nothing about no white people in their family. It's just admix people marrying over time. You know what I mean? And then being part, of the black community type of thing. Whereas a mixed race person who actually have a white parent, literally, and a black parent, literally, or whatever, Asian parent, Mexican parent, yeah, we consider them mixed race. Even though society might say something else, we black people, even admixed people, say something else. They're not us,
Yeah,
especially culturally.
yeah, because the reason why I am starting to talk about this issue, because I think it's time for us to push it so that people will understand the differences.
Right.
Because kids are growing, and we are going, or we are getting into much more newer era. So
Mm-hmm.
people need to understand, the colonialism time is past and stuff like that. We have to put those things back and then start with new education. If you are mixed, we have to let you understand that you are mixed. If you are white, you are white. If you are black, you are black. So that confusion,
Mm-hmm.
we can solve that confusion with, like
But let's
that
try
automatic
being
thing.
human
Yeah.
though. If you're human, you're human. We should not be judged by the criteria of your color, but your character.
Yeah, the character is much more important.
Right.
But you understand what the reason why I'm saying this is, there is a whole lot of confusion. So we have to try and then, you know, clear that confusion. At least, like I said, I always say this. When I look at people or when I meet people, I don't see their caliber. I see their what do you call it?
Their character.
Yeah, their characters. You understand? I don't like my wife. I don't remember or I don't see that whiteness. I don't see that whiteness until
Mm-hmm.
you say, okay, your wife is white. Then I'll remember, okay, she's from a different race. You understand?
Right. I mean, yeah, I'll say
Since
like this.
the, since the time I got here,
Right.
since
There's
the time I got
there's
here, I haven't. Yeah,
there's limits to blackness. Let me just tell you like that in the United States. There's limits. If you look, for me, I'm just going to tell it from my perspective.
yeah,
If you look like you don't have no African ancestry at all, where
yeah.
it's pretty much minimal, I'm not going to consider you a black person. It's just what it is. If people cannot recognize you as being such or even looking like such, then you're not. Even though you might be tethered and have black family members, but you're not. That's just facts.
But it's really a big confusion. But what do you think we can do to solve this problem? Like
I
the
think we have to
idea.
do. I think we have to do it within our own cultures. We could debate these issues among our own cultures. I think within the African American community, we kind of benefited a lot because it was be perfectly honest with you, it was mixed people who paved the way. It was mixed people, not ones who have a white parent, who actually paved the way for us to
You
do
know,
what we need to do.
yeah, because this is what I always say. Why why can't we why can't we as black people accept a very simple defeat that We are the
What do
cause.
you mean? What do you mean defeat? Articulate that nonsense.
Ah.
Shit.
There
Fuck
is
that. We
the,
don't. We
the,
don't.
the part
We
of the
don't. We,
defeat that
you
I'm
know.
saying. But you just said that the mixed people
Well, I mean,
they
what I'm saying is not
represent.
they're not the only group, but in certain things they help, pave the way. I mean, because you had a lot of black people who pretty much did their thing. I mean, we won't forget about people like Martin Luther King. We won't
Yeah,
forget people like Malcolm X. We won't forget all those pretty much who look traditionally black, who did pave the way. Not only just mixed people. What I'm saying is in certain things they did pave the way. Like in politics, the first Supreme Court judge was Thurgood Marshall. And if you look at Thurgood Marshall, I mean, he looked pretty much like your wife's family.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If you Google Thurgood Marshall, you'd be like, "What the hell? What black is in him?" You know what I mean? If you Google him, but he did pave the way of the civil rights struggle and stuff like that. That's just in regards to fighting. It's not like I said. It was not only just mixed people; it was black people as well too. Oh, traditional looking black people as well too.
you
So
said the word traditional looking black
yeah, I
people.
said that. I
So,
said that
yeah, so you see, this is what I'm talking about. Because I want, I always want
because I'm
the
saying I'm
world.
saying it in a language you understand.
Yeah, it's I like that word. Traditional black looking people. You understand? Like
Oh, you
traditional
like that
black.
word?
I like that word. Traditional black looking people. So this is what I want the world should simply educate people about.
I'm gonna say
We
traditional
have
looking black
traditional,
people. I'm gonna say
yeah,
traditional looking black people with our diversity, because even within our own race, we do have diversity. What I mean diversity, whether it be diversity of skin color, certain facial characteristics, stuff like that. Um, even in slavery, it was pretty much documented to that fact.
good. So now you understand that there is difference again between the traditional black looking people and the diverse black looking people.
Right, right. I
You
mean,
understand?
right, and of course, everybody understand that. Supreme
No,
Court. I mean,
but
nobody's knowing an
some
illusion.
people, some people simply would they will blindly, like brush that side understanding aside by saying, nah, it doesn't work like that. Once you are mixed, you are black. Like they don't
Oh, I
differentiate
understand what
the
you're saying.
traditional
I
black
understand.
looking and the diverse black looking. They don't differentiate it.
Right,
You
right. I mean,
understand?
you do have certain. We have to also admit you do have certain mixed people who do look black. That's just facts.
Of course, of course.
It's hard to get around that. It depends on the genes of the parents. I mean, because when I think of mixed people, you basically it's not a mixture of a whole entire race. It's just a mixture of a family. I mean, you're a Canadian, you're of Hausa and some other descent. Another Canadian might produce a different looking child than yours. You know what I mean? So it's not about you having this, you being Ghanaian. It's about his genes and your genes are totally different genes, and you're totally different people, and you mix with a totally different group, two totally different, let's say, white people, what have you. So it's not all cut and dry as people think.
Okay, so Foley is here. Foley, you are back with us. So we have Brian here today. Foley.
Uh,
So okay, I think Foley's internet is a bit, like rough for him today.
oh,
Okay, so
where's he
Brian,
from? Where's he from?
yeah, I think Foley is an American.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's an American because I have some black British people too as well on the channel.
Hmm.
And but anyway, so I was talking about that defeat side.
Right.
You were talking about the breakthrough with the help of the mixed people.
Yeah, I mean,
You see,
a lot of them,
yeah,
during, like I said, not only mixed people. I just want to specialize that
yeah,
because
but so is it
it was
because of the breakthrough? I wanted to ask you this question: is it because of the breakthrough that is why most Black Americans accept mixed people to be black.
No,
Like
it was
Malcolm.
no. You're not listening to her. It that happened during when we were segregated. When mixed people and black people had to forge that union after pretty much slavery and stuff like that. We set up our own schools, our own institutions, both black and mixed race people. And, and frankly honest, we intermarried with each other's families. So it's kind of not, I'm saying not everybody, but, many families have. So you can't really say this distinction, this person, that person, and that person. Oh, it's not always, easy to see all the time. I mean, you could see it, but it's not always easy to see. And then certain people and certain mixed people family marry with each other, only marry within each other at mixed group. So it's really hard to just make a blanket a blanket statement or who is and who is not. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of one person, and she is from the Virginia region.
Yeah.
And a lot of them usually have black people there, have one of the highest region. I'm gonna say black people just for American purposes, have
Okay.
one of the highest European percentages on DNA wise. And I'm gonna post her. You could look at her YouTube video and this and that.
No,
and
you can share a screen with us here, and I will.
Oh, I can. Oh,
Yeah,
I,
you
oh
can
yeah, I
share.
forgot how to do that.
Check it out.
Hold
You
on.
can
I'll
share
do
a
it. I'll do
screen
that.
and I'll upload
All right.
it so that everybody can see it.
Right. And no,
What's
that's
up,
you.
Brian?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good, good.
Good. Hold on. Let me share this video of this young lady. I guess. Like I said, DNA could be really. It's a mind fuck sometimes. A mind. You got family there. It's really weird.
What you been doing, Brian?
Oh, been
I mean,
working a lot.
you've
Been working
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
You've been
Oh, here it is.
traveling, or have you been traveling since the COVID?
You know what? Mainly to wherever my company send me.
Okay.
Yeah, to like Seattle and doing like real estate stuff.
I
Up
thought you
there.
I thought you went down to Brazil.
I
knew
wish,
I was-
man. I wish. I really want to visit Brazil and look at
Yeah,
business
I
opportunities
told him
there.
to come to Brazil, but he's scared of me, so he doesn't want to.
Hey, Supreme, you can show him around, man.
Yeah, I told him to come around, but he's scared. So
Are you scared?
yeah,
Hey,
Nah. I mean, I would love to go to Brazil, man. I would love to go to Brazil. I mean,
Hey, Supreme, anyone ever came to visit you?
oh,
Online?
is that the Jamaican brother?
No, Grenada.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You are one cool brother. Is that the Jamaican brother?
No, Grenada.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You are one cool brother. Is that the Jamaican brother? No, Grenada.
I think you have to off the you have to close the main YouTube page so that it doesn't interact with this one
Oh,
here.
I did.
Okay, perfect.
All right, I'm gonna see. She's gonna be talking her little mess. Let's see.
What is this video about?
Genetics.
Okay.
Like Nigeria. You see that? It has like a percentage. The percentage.
Hey, Brian, you gotta close your
and then it
YouTube.
also said you guys
Say what?
You gotta close the other YouTube you got open.
I'll put a photo as well.
Okay.
Like here, and you guys can see like what color and complexion my dad is. So like he's dark. I'm pretty black. The video I did about losing a parent, I'll put a photo as well.
You got some vibrations in the
and
back.
You guys can see
Okay.
what color and complexion my
There
dad
is a
is. So, like
reflection.
he's dark. I'm pretty.
Huh. Let me see what's going on here.
But I thought that was really cool. And then like this
It's
is
kind of
nothing that's-
reverbing.
It is. Is it because of the volume, you think, or what?
I think what happens is the initial page, when you click the link to open the screen, the initial page you got to close.
I did. Oh, I closed this page here.
Or give it a shot again. See what happens.
Okay. Let me try to give it a shot. All right. Let's see. Let's try again. Let's see. This is her little page. So I have to close an issue page. Okay. Let's.
Yeah, what I did, I entered the first page. Then I will click the link that he gave us to enter the chat. Then I'll
Mhm.
go back and close the initial page.
Oh, that's what I did. That's what I did, and it
Yeah,
still do the
because
same thing.
Okay, well,
if you
give it a
close
shot
the
again.
initial page, you can share the
Right.
video with us without any echoing.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing, bro?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah,
Hey,
good,
Brian,
Brian.
it's Chuck.
Hey, how you doing, Chuck?
Hey,
Oh,
Lamar is great.
what's up, man? The guy from Nigeria, from living in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we hear each
Hey,
other's
what's
voices.
up,
That's really cool.
Supreme Leader?
Yeah.
Hey,
But
Yeah.
Supreme. Hey, Supreme. I was looking forward to this a long time. What's up, man? You don't have you don't have any of these anymore. What's going on? The live chat.
he's pretty busy.
Yeah, yeah, it's because I've been a bit busy and tighter these days, so that is why. And
Yeah,
also,
but
yeah,
I enjoy these when we get on live, man. I think it's very interesting. It's
yeah,
one thing when
I love the live section too as well, because the live section I get the chance to see and hear a
yeah, we
lot
could
from
talk to
everyone.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, Brian,
Now
show
going
that
back to
video.
this, yeah,
Go ahead.
the video. Going back to this girl, she found out that she was 65% European according to DNA, and she showed a picture of her father. We've seen a picture of her father, but she didn't know nothing about her European part, really. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like with these people who've been traditionally been called a certain thing, switch up. Now she don't have no type of white, know of any white grandparent or great grandparent or parent. Be frankly, frankly. So it was that like her father. Look at her father. That mixture of the groups, throughout the history and stuff like that. Whereas people who are biracial, I mean, literally like a white. I mean, she is biracial-ish. I mean, genetically, but people who do have a white parent or and a black parent, of course, they biracial. They mixed race. How could you reject one of your parents? Literally, that don't make no sense. And most
yeah.
black people understand
That
that.
is why I always say this.
Right, like the girl like this. Let me go back, point to the girl in the video. Now she will not share that belief because she don't come from a biracial family. I mean, she multiracial, but she don't have is a distant white grandparent. So she's pretty much multi-generational mix and pretty much part of the African American world. So they won't. I mean, we don't see them as the same as a person actually having a white parent in the house. So we make jokes about a person having. Oh, no wonder he behaved like this because he got a white mama. You know what I mean? We make jokes about people like that. he went back to laugh.
Yeah, but I was Brian. I was talking to Supreme earlier, and he said they their classification is different.
Oh
Like
yeah,
he
I
said,
know that. I've been in African countries, and they
oh,
use
where have you been?
I've mainly been to like Kenya. I've been to Egypt. I've been to Sudan.
Oh, so
I've
you
been to
travel?
Botswana.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they use the term half caste and colors and stuff like that.
Do you
But the thing is, you gotta adopt to the society you live in.
Okay.
That's the key word. You have to adopt to the society you live in. I mean,
Hey,
and
Brian.
and then you have to learn the history. You learn the history of the culture to get an understanding of the people's mindset. So in Brazil should be something else. In
Hey,
Ghana
Brian.
should be something else. Yeah.
Brian, would you live in Africa? I would like to visit South Africa though.
I'll probably move to a country like Botswana, which is pretty much good infrastructure and peaceful.
There's another country, Botswana. Next door to Botswana is Namibia. That's another country.
Namibia, not so much, but probably Botswana.
I would choose Botswana to Namibia though.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I think Botswana, when I went to Botswana,
Namibia seems too whitewashed to me. I hate to
just
say
fantastic. It's like
Yeah.
a very calm, and like people don't really know much more about Botswana. You understand? It's compared to Namibia, because Namibia it's a bit, like when you go there you see a whole lot of things going on, but not like Botswana. But Botswana, I would just choose Botswana over.
It seems like the people there are a lot more progressive there when I've been there too.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
progressive. Yeah. Forward looking.
Hey, Supreme and Brian.
Yeah.
Also you have to here in the States, the one drop rule
Hmm.
also it changed a lot of things, like compared to Brazil. You know,
You did.
you
It
had
did.
you had segregation, like racial segregation. Then you had the
Yeah.
one drop rule, unlike in Brazil. So, like if for example, the Creoles in Louisiana, right?
Hmm.
Like light
Know them
skin.
very well. A lot of them live in LA. You know it.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, you have a lot of them that live in LA. You see,
Yeah.
but he was mostly in Louisiana. But
Yeah.
in Brazil, you have a lot of Creoles, like in many places in Brazil, and also
True.
that changed, the racial.
I
That
think,
changed
I
the
think the difference between the Creoles, because you do have a lot of mixed people who live in Virginia. I mean, but I think it has a lot to do with culture, because you have to remember, under the French system, because Louisiana was under the French, so
Yeah.
they developed the same type of racial categories, equivalent to Latin America.
Oh, okay.
Because in Spain and all that, because Spain used to run Louisiana as well too. Whereas those who live in Virginia, because you have lots
Mm.
of them in parts of Virginia, they just went by, since you have a percentage of black, and the British system was a little bit more not inclusive to the mixed race population, even though they created these people.
The British speaking Caribbean islands, what they had, America had the one drop. The British speaking Caribbean islands had something called quadrants. They
Yeah, like
classified
Louisiana.
right in
Yeah,
Yeah.
quadrants.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's it's interesting how these people. This thing was so organized, man. Someone had to sit down and really strategize. This didn't just come, just random like that. It was just all planned out in just. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It
Yeah.
is insane. But it kind of worked in our advantage in that well too, because unlike Brazil, I'm not going to say the black people and mixed race people don't have political power, but we all know the story about that. Whereas for us, it helped facilitate that union to fight the system and to pull us up. And we had to create our own colleges. We had to create our own schools. We had to do a lot of stuff ourselves, to make a place for us in the United States. I mean,
Right.
Brazil, they did something similar, but I think their reality, in some respect, was a lot more harsher than our reality. Because if you look at the news channels in Brazil, I mean, this week, called the pop prodigy, the Nigerian, he said it's not too much black or mixed race representations in there. Whereas if you go to any American channel on TV, you always see a black person on there, always
Yeah,
a
I
black
know.
commentator. Always you see black people in politics, black people in businesses, black scientists. We're in all professions in this country.
That you know what, that is true. Like what you said is true. But also I find it intriguing. Like Brazil seems like more racial tolerance, like among like working class, some
Right.
middle class. You know, when you compare it to the United States, you still have like some kind of racial segregation, except
Yeah, you
maybe
do.
like LA. But if you go to the South, if you go to the Midwest, even in the
Mhm.
Northeast, you have a lot of segregation in many parts of the states, like compared
That's
to
fact.
Brazil.
That's
Yeah,
fact.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Here,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind
Here
of
in
funny though.
Brazil,
Like, go ahead,
here
sir.
in Brazil, it's quite nicer when you are rich. You understand? Compared to US, you can be rich, but you still go through that nonsense, which like
That's
uh,
true.
yeah. But in
yeah.
here, you know, like I said, it's very good to come and experience it yourself, because people say stuffs. When people say stuffs and we don't come and see ourselves, then we are quick to draw conclusions. Because I came here with nothing. Okay, I came here with
Right.
nothing, and I will always tell you guys my experience here as a black, especially let me specifically black from Africa. Again, it's fantastic. You understand? Because when you compare how the people here in Brazil are compared to some other places that I've been to, you understand that being black here, it's fantastic. It's lovely. It's it's welcoming. It's like it's I don't even know the kind of word I have to use because compared to what we see in the United States, even like the recent shootings and stuff that went on and stuff like that, what Chuck is saying, you just have to like submit because it's I wanted some answers from this particular segregation thing. Why do Americans still have this kind of thing going on? Because here,
To be
yeah,
perfectly honest with you, we're tribal. I mean, I'm just going to be totally honest. I mean, it's a tribal mindset we have here, bro. I mean, if you look at any other, even it's kind of weird. I was pointing out to some panel. I remember, I don't know, Chuck, how long you've been living in LA. You notice
Yeah,
how back in LA, it seems like back in the 90s, it was a little bit
yeah,
more integrated and people used to party together, black and white people and all that type of stuff. Anybody. And
yeah.
now, and even marry on occasion.
Uh,
And now it seems like when I look at the kids now, they're like segregated in their own little tribes. You
yeah,
have a night where the black kids, go to the
mm,
nightclub together. You have a night where the white people go in the clubs together. You have a night where the Asians, Mexicans go in the clubs together. Once in a while, the
yeah,
Mexicans mix in with the blacks. If, they want to be cool and all that type of stuff. But
yeah,
but,
yeah.
but you have everyone is pretty much in a little tribal thing. And here's the weird thing about it. And when I was in my younger age, I did some security work. And I remember it was at the Roosevelt Hotel in Hollywood. And it was a whole lot of white people at the pool, right? In the bar area at the Roosevelt Hotel. And it was just a weird thing. I call this white flight. As soon as all those black people, it was Snoop Doggy Dogg, Mary J. Blige, it was having an event at the Roosevelt Hotel. All those black people started coming. The white people flew away.
Well, yeah, 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 that's true.
Hey,
And
but
I was like,
Brian,
what the hell?
hey, but Brian,
Yeah, that
why when they come to the Caribbean, oh, you guys are so nice. And then when we get back,
it's
then
another
when
question, another
and,
big
and then
question.
and Brian, and then when we get back to New York and we in an elevator, the old lady's holding on to her handbag, the same guy from the island she met a couple weeks ago. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's kind of weird. We cut up in two different things. I remember back in the days, as a black man, you got sexualized by them. They ask you all types of weird, crazy questions and this and that. And it just baffled me. And at the same time, you're gonna be prejudiced. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
they came to the islands for that, man.
yeah,
The
yeah.
white ladies,
you
man.
know,
Yeah, they
you
do it
know,
here. They do it
you
here.
know, Brian. California, especially Southern California, to some extent, Northern
Mhm.
California, but especially here in LA, or I'll say LA area, is more
Right.
racially. I would say you have more racial integration in California, in Southern
I,
California, compared to many parts of the United States.
I agree with that. I agree with that. New York, it was just hostile. It was
Yeah,
fucking hostile.
New York is something else.
New York, I
Yeah,
don't know what it is. It's just the New York character.
yeah, man.
Because New
Yeah,
York is a tough place to deal
yeah,
with.
yep.
I would say because in California, I noticed it was a lot more relaxed. I mean, even though people were prejudiced and stuff like that, but it was a lot more relaxed. A lot of interracial marriages I noticed a little bit more here, in comparison to Northeast. Even in South Carolina, I was noticing more interracial marriages over there. Which kind of baffled me. And I'm like saying, had the South, I'm not saying that interracial marriage is the greatest thing or the bridge to everything. I mean, don't, I'm not going to sleep on that. But it seems like, I don't know, it's just New York is just a hostile place. The Northeast is just very hostile.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It really is.
It's even getting worse now. I mean, I remember in the 80s, the 90s, where I live in the area that I lived, it was a
Mhm.
mixture of Spanish, Caribbean people, African Americans,
Right.
and then you had the Hasidic Jews. They had their own little thing going, but there was some mixture. But then you go to Coney Island, and you will get some people from Eastern Europe. The Russians are down there. then you will go to another part, and then the Italians are at one side, Then you go up
Right.
to Harlem. Then you go to Harlem. You have Spanish Harlem. Then you go
Right.
higher up. Yeah, it's kind of strange how it's all at some in some areas you have a combination of people, and then in other parts you have just people, one group living by themselves.
Right. And it's in the same way as in some respects in LA too, to a certain degree. It's kind of funny though, because one of our rich areas, my brother from Nigeria, some white people are starting to buy into Bowen Hills. They looking at that view we have in downtown LA, and they can't get their eyes off of it, and they want to buy property over there.
Who owns that?
Majority that's a black,
Yeah,
majority black
Bowen Hill.
middle class.
Why do
Yeah,
they
Midwest.
all?
it's
Why do they
majority
always
black.
do
It's
that?
the majority black.
Yeah.
Huh?
What did you say?
Well, did you see? Well, did you see what they did in Harlem after 9/11? They were
Yeah,
afraid to
yeah,
live there after 9/11. So when you go into Brooklyn, you go up to the Bronx, you see they building 3 and 4 stories now, and it's expensive,
yeah.
very expensive.
With Bowen Hills, it's pretty much. I mean, most of the houses there are now $1 million houses. Most of them are owned by old, African Americans.
Like doctors and lawyers and stuff like that.
Yeah, movie
More
people.
money.
Yeah, people with money.
Okay.
And you have, the thing is with Bowen Hills, you have an excellent view of almost all of LA.
Mm.
A
That's
hell of
prime.
a view.
That's prime real estate.
Yes, it is, and everybody want it.
What a home. What is a home like there? What, $1 million
Yep,
minimum? Minimum.
pretty much $1 million minimum for the houses
Ooh.
there. But they
Where you
want it.
at? Where are you at, Brian? Right now, you live in LA or what?
I live in LA. I live in Los Angeles. I do real estate here.
How long you been living over there?
Ooh, over 20 years.
Okay, okay. So you have
Yeah.
seen a lot of changes, huh?
Yeah, I mean, LA used to be kind of like I don't know, Chuck will probably tell you too. It was different, People used to say hello to you in the street. I mean, my Nigerian brother probably tell you. He could give you from a Nigerian perspective.
Not in New York, man. It's changed too.
Well, I mean, what do you
Trump.
think with LA? I mean, how long you been? I know you've been here for a long time too, Chuck.
Yeah. I've I've been living in LA since for about almost 20 years now.
Yeah, same thing as me. I
Which
mean,
part?
Yeah, but that was before I joined. That was before I joined the military. So
oh, you joined the military? You too?
But
yeah,
what branch?
What
What
Navy.
branch, Justin?
Oh, you're a Navy guy. Oh, we
Oh,
used
you
to
like?
big.
Yeah.
Hey, you got another Navy guy here, man.
Well, I'm Army, so.
Oh,
Oh, so
okay.
you got military on tonight.
Yeah.
I was
Oh man.
I was stationed over here in Naval Weapons Station Earl in New Jersey, and
Oh, okay.
I was on one of those supply ships. We actually supply all the ammo, the food, everything, the fuel for the planes on the aircraft. So we were like the heart of the battle group.
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was. I was mostly on the West Coast, but I went to East Coast for like a couple of
Mhm.
years. Yeah, I was. Yeah, before I got stationed to Japan.
And where
Yeah,
were you, Brian?
man, I was in Germany. I was God. They had me
And
in England.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
yeah, they had me like kind of like whatever they could assign me at. That's where I had to go. It was cool. In the beginning.
Yeah, I've been
You
hearing
know, I
about Germany, man. I've been hearing about Germany over there, man. I heard it's something
Yeah,
else, dude.
yeah, it is. It is. It's cool. It's cool. You have a good time.
yeah. Especially if you're in the Air Force,
Oh
or even in
man,
the
that's the
Navy.
highest thing, man. Oh man.
Yeah.
My uncle was in the Air Force too. I had a cousin in the Navy, and I had an uncle in the Air Force as well.
Hey,
So
did you guys experience any racism or anything over there?
not really. You experienced some stuff, but since you're an American soldier and stuff like that, they have a lot more respect for you.
Oh, you got privilege at passport, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all of us did. It's military people. You know that.
And what about yeah, that's true. And what about the average American who has that passport privilege, that black guy who has a
I think they do have passports, unfortunately, over Africans. They
hmm.
do. They do. They do. Like I've been to Australia as a civilian,
How was that?
and that was good. That was
Mhm.
good. A lot of Australians respect you. Because they know about the history. They show it on TV all the time about the history of Americans fighting for them in World War II, and Some of them were, African Americans, or I'm gonna say black. Could be Africans, could be Jamaicans, because Jamaicans were in the United States since the 1920s and 1910s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
We can't get over that fact. That's just reality. Because a lot of African Americans do have a Caribbean ancestor.
Yes, that's true. That's
You
why I
know,
don't understand. That's why I don't understand, Brian, the constant fighting and the division, and I think we
I mean,
more connected
people want to fight about something because they're stupid.
because I mean, so many similarities. I mean, the 70s, you had the trend of the reggae music,
Right,
the Caribbean culture, how everybody wanted to be cool with that. Then in America here, I mean, the African American culture has just permeated throughout the whole world now. I mean,
right.
no matter where you go, you either hear hip hop or you hear reggae. In any
Mhm.
of those countries, you're gonna find a nightclub with one of those music. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right. I
yeah,
mean,
I think
it's just silliness. I mean, a lot of people, they really need to do a study on their family history, and they'd be surprised at what they find there.
yeah, we have more in common. And think about it, Brian. Supposing while they were dropping off people from the Caribbean, they left half in a Caribbean island, they took the other half to America. I mean,
Right,
you're absolutely right. You'll be surprised who you're connected to, either in America or in the Caribbean.
exactly. And then,
Yeah.
a lot of African Americans are finding out that they do have, relatives, in the Caribbean and Latin America, in some respects,
Well,
some Dominicans and, and Puerto Ricans who have Afro roots.
yeah. Well, look at some of
Um,
the entertainers. I mean,
right,
Nicki Minaj. You
right.
have that sister from Barbados,
Barbados, that's Rihanna, yeah,
Rihanna, and then
yeah.
not only that, too, in New York City, they have a lot of local politicians that are actually uh,
Caribbean.
Caribbean locally. They may
Yeah,
not.
like a good
Yeah,
example is Colin Powell.
right, exactly, and he came from the
Eric,
ranks.
right. His family came from Jamaica. Eric Holder.
Yeah, you hit it on the head, man. We need to stop that nonsense.
Right. It just gets silly and pathetic from this point.
Yes. Instead of uniting, it's all division, and
It is division. It's kind of funny though, and even with Louisiana Creoles, just hopping back with my brother from Nigeria, a lot of them, especially the mixed race people from Louisiana, they came from Haiti. When
Ah,
the Haitian Revolution happened, a lot of whites and
uh,
mixed race people went to New Orleans to escape.
oh, oh, wow! I didn't know that.
whoa! I didn't. I learned
Oh,
something tonight.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
interesting.
You
Oh,
know what,
wow.
Brian? You know what I'd always thought. I always
Mhm.
thought that the French had occupied that part of America. That's why it had the Creole influence. I
They
mean,
did. But it was
okay.
not only the French, it was also the Spanish too, which I didn't know until I went to New Orleans.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Okay.
I didn't know that either. Because
I
I
thought
had
it
this
was
white
only the
guy
French
at this
that
tour
was here.
guide in New Orleans. He's like, we're part of Latin America. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
excuse my language, what are you talking about? I mean, I never heard about that. I knew about the French. And then I read it and they were part of Latin America. And then they switched to the French again. I thought, wow, this is just crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know some of the Creoles came from Haiti.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they did. They came from Haiti, the mixed race ones, yeah.
The
And
mixed
they
race
just
ones, yeah.
and they integrated with the mixed race people in New Orleans already.
Okay.
so
And
you
that's why they had that like they call it French Creole. It's basically almost, I heard it's similar but not quite as Haitian Creole. French.
Okay. French Creole. Okay.
also
Yeah.
they actually speak a French dialect.
It's not everybody these days, but you could
Okay.
find it in places like New Iberia. They still
Okay.
do speak French. I mean, I heard it's trying to make a comeback, but I don't know how valid it is. They're teaching it in schools, but you could find out in places like New Iberia, Lafayette, and stuff like that. People speaking the French Creole language.
Mm. So what they did, they kind of stuck to themselves when they left Haiti for a long time. They didn't
No, they
mingle.
did. They just integrated in New Orleans. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
Right.
just integrated. Yeah.
right, which is already a French territory. I mean, they were speaking French already.
French,
I mean, they
yeah.
didn't speak English.
Yeah, French territory. Yeah.
Right. They
But
didn't speak English in New Orleans until the Americans came and
oh,
and took over.
yeah.
So
When it was until Louisiana Purchase, right?
Yeah, during the Louisiana Purchase. And
Yeah.
but then at that moment, the Creoles was losing their position because
Oh,
they
okay.
knew that the United States go by the one drop rule. So
Ah,
relatives who were, mixed race, because like I said, it was a Latin American system where they had those racial categories. You had, like you was talking about, octoon, quadroon, and all that type of stuff.
right.
They
That's
had
what.
that.
Yeah, the Caribbean.
They had that in
Ox-
Louisiana.
Okay.
So when the Americans came, they're going to put a stop to that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So they
Where,
so
yeah, go
they
ahead.
so
Eh,
prior to the American coming in there and changing things, they had a lot of power.
Yeah, they did.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, they did.
also, Brian, do you know what happened to Haiti? After
Yeah.
the revolution, when they kicked the French out of Haiti, right?
Mhm.
So do you know the French government, right? So them went to Haiti. They're like, hey, you have to pay reparation to France because the slave masters are no longer making money off the slaves.
Right.
That Yeah, they have to pay reparation to France, and the U.S. government actually supported the French government, and also the UK supported the French government. So actually, Haiti is still paying off that this thing, off that reparation now.
And it don't make
They
no
just
sense.
Yeah, they just did an analysis, like is almost somewhere between 150 to 200 billion dollars that
Wow.
Haiti is still paying to French government, because it was like either pay, or you're going to come, we're going to come in with the help of other European nation and invade, because the French got, they were embarrassed when they got
Yeah,
defeated by
they got
Haiti.
humiliated.
They were humiliated because they were
Was
the
that
like
under
this. Huh?
was that under Napoleon Bonaparte, the great commander?
Yes, it was.
Oh my!
Hmm.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
because he is revered over there as one of the great, and which he was. He was one of great commander on the battlefield.
but the
But you know
Haitians
what?
beat them.
But you know what I heard the Haitians had, and I don't want to cut you off, Austin. What the Haitians had also, they had they had a run of the landscape. They also had the jungle as part of the strategy to hide and seek, that guerrilla warfare. And they also, what was happening also, that the French and the British who went to the Caribbean, their lifespan was very short because they had a lot of diseases that they never encountered before.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah. So they did beat them, but they had all these elements to help them also, the terrain, but that is why I think I believe Haiti's in perpetual poverty, because that money will not be paid off in our lifetime.
But
yeah. It was,
but
yeah.
we also have to take consideration of the will of the people. I mean, there's a lot of revolutions that happen in different parts of the Caribbean with the same
Mm.
terrain, but people lost
That's
the
true. You're
wars.
right. That's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good
So,
point.
we just can't take it away from the people, and they
No,
will
no, 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 no. I'm not. I'm
their
not.
unity. Right, right. I understand what you're saying, but they will the unity. Fighting under one anthem. I mean, because we had the Stono Rebellion in the United States, started by Congolese and Angolans, and it was going well, but we kind of lost it.
Ah, okay. When was
Yeah,
that?
that was in around 1776 or something like that. It's called the Stono Rebellion in South Carolina, and actually, the person who started was by the name Cato, and my family to this day, which I didn't know, because I found out like two of my great grandparents. My grandfather, my great grandfather, my great great grandfather was named Kano. And it's funny
Mm,
though, we had a dog, German Shepherd, growing up when I was a kid. They named him Kato.
okay. Okay.
And I was just like, always wondered where that name came from. And then I started doing my own research. I said, hold up, I have a great grandfather by the name Kano? Kato? I just couldn't
So,
believe it.
so South Carolina wanted to succeed.
No, it was just black
Succeed?
people slaves who pretty much rebelled.
Oh, I thought
And,
they
and
wanted to succeed as a
no,
state.
they killed bunch of black slaves, killed a bunch of white people.
Oh, that was not. That didn't look like it turned out that good, huh? How did that turn out? They had
It turned out pretty bad, but it made a point that they are on watch.
Mm,
Because those black people was going to escape to Florida, and these people were like soldiers in the Congo army, So they pretty much planned it, and they killed men, women, and children.
Ooh, whoa, pretty brutal, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was brutal. They called it the Stoner Rebellion. Yeah.
Yeah, Austin was saying something before we interjected there.
Hmm.
Who? Austin? Oh. No, I wanted to ask Supreme if he has been to southern part of Brazil.
I think
Like
he's
That's what I want
Yes,
to visit too.
yes. Here,
southern part of
my kids were awake, so I went there to try and then keep them back to
That's
bed.
yeah.
that's a nice blue shirt.
Because
I like that. That's a cool blue
yeah,
shirt.
I have been to what do you call it? Santa
Florianopolis.
Catarina. I've been
Okay, Santa
to Rio
Catarina.
Grande do Sul. Yeah, it's the same place.
Okay.
And from my experience, it is a nice place to be, but I don't like colder places. So it was
Yeah,
just for some short time.
that's the Europe of Brazil.
Yes. so so I didn't really want to live there, but it is a nice place to be because it
Yeah,
looks so European. The
yeah,
settlement, everything is
Yeah, I
actually
noticed that.
so
Yeah.
European.
What's the
But
name of
yeah.
that place?
yeah,
Like it's like southern part of a lot of most southern part of Brazil.
Yeah,
Santa
it's getting
Catarina.
close
What's
to
the name?
Argentina, right?
yeah.
What's the
From
name?
let me just say from let me just say from Sao Paulo because Sao Paulo is
Mm,
very big to the extent that in some part of Sao Paulo you
mm.
think that you are in Europe because they have what do you call it? There is a city. I'll look for the name and then I'll
Okay,
share it with you guys. It
okay. The
looks
states.
so much like Europe. Like from the climate and everything. You know,
And yeah,
so
yeah,
from
but
Sao Paulo down to what do
mm,
you call it? To Santa Catarina, it's
mm,
just like it's cold. So
yeah.
it's the
Because
reason why I don't really like those places.
Is it
yeah, a lot of
expensive to live?
uh, not really, but a lot of few brothers have been there. They didn't like it. They're like, man, it's a
Oh,
lot
really?
of
Why
people
didn't you like it?
out there. Huh?
Why they didn't like it? Because it's too cold or what?
It's, no, it's because let me put it this way: the population are conservative. Let me, I'll
Okay,
use
I
that
got
word.
you. I can
Yeah,
dig it. I dig it. I
Yeah,
dig it.
in the south of Brazil, they are not like the way we are here, you know, and they are more like the European style, like very very close, not too open. You understand? So people don't really. If you are introverts, you like it there. But if
Hmm.
you are extroverts like me, you won't like it over there. Even
Mm.
though I when I was there, I was very like I create conversations. So when I start talking, they will all come and then sit around me, like start wanting to talk to me and stuff like that. I remember I went to a restaurant with my wife and like I started like talking to the people around the people who were working over there too as well, and people were all over me and stuff like that. But if you're not like me, you will enjoy south of Brazil because it's more like Europe, like you just picture some place like, let me just say, Finland. They are like that. Yeah, everybody is, like they are distant, very cold. It's that kind of way. But in the central up to the north, it's quite different. Like it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Like the
Is that
weather, the people are just like the weather. Like they are just fantastic.
they are warm,
Yeah,
diverse,
very very warm, very
very
friendly,
warm and
very
diverse.
very talkative.
is that
Even
close
Hey,
to is that close to Argentina?
No, the
Santa
southern part.
Catarina,
Yeah,
Santa Catarina. They are
I'm
all close to Argentina,
Argentina.
Uruguay, and Chile.
Yeah, and
Mm.
Chile.
in Chile,
Yeah,
okay.
and also Peru.
But
Oh
have you,
wow,
Supreme?
it must be a lot of Peruvians there.
But Supreme, have you
Mm,
visited the other countries surrounding Brazil, like Uruguay, Chile, and Argentina? Have you been there?
To be frank with you, I haven't been because I planned to start that journey, but unfortunately the COVID, you know, bucked in, so I couldn't do any trip. And also within the COVID, I had my babies, so it's became much more confusion. So I wasn't able to go around and start my, I wanted to start a vlog, like going from one place to another, showing you guys from the what's the name of this, the George Highland, from George Highland, Foxland Highland. Then I'll bring you guys to Argentina. Then I'll climb to Uruguay. I wanted to do a vlog from the downside of the how do you call it, the South Pole. Yeah, from the South Pole up. I wanted to show you guys all, but because of the COVID and the babies I have now, and I just have to pause everything. So now that's I'm waiting for them to, like to, because my wife, she likes to also travel a lot. So most of my traveling, most definitely I'll be going with all of the family, like together. You
Mhm.
understand? So that is why I haven't been to those places. But I have not been to those places yet.
Mm. Another question: are you still? I know you were trying to help the poor. Are you still doing? Do you still? Are you doing that still?
Yes, I'm doing that. I am buying what do you call it? There is something we call uh Cesta Basica
What is
here
that?
in Brazil. Cesta Basica is like they bring what do you call it? Variety of food. I did one last 2 weeks. I did one, but I have started organizing another one. I even have one here. Let me see if I can show you guys. I'll connect the camera and then I'll show you guys.
Mhm.
So I am still doing it, and because it is something my wife works with. What do you call it? My wife works with. Give me the name. There's people on the street and stuff like that. So because of that, we normally do this kind of thing. So I'm trying to show you guys. Let me see if my okay. It's connected. So I'm going to show you guys, okay, how it looks like. Because the one that I did at that time, I was waiting for my camera, it didn't come, so I wasn't able to go. This is how it looks. It's called Cesta Basica. Can you guys see?
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Okay, so this is it. It comes with a lot of, like there is rice. I don't want to open it though, but there is rice. There is almost everything inside. Here, you can see this one here is what do you call it? It's macaroni.
Hmm.
There is sugar. This one here is coffee. So it comes with a lot of things. So it depends too as well. There are some which comes with oil and everything, and so this is how it looks. I still do it.
It's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good,
Because
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's always good to help the poor man because you never can tell what our lives will be 100. Today or tomorrow, and
man, yeah,
it feels good to
because
help.
my wife, when she comes home, she brings me a lot of stories of people, like people and their stories. Like people come in with a lot of, like touching stories and stuff like that. And there are foreigners, there are Brazilians, and man, it's a lot. It's a lot. I wish, I wish I can,
It sounds like LA.
yeah, I wish I can simply do this every weekend. Like every weekend I go to the, what do you call it? We have a place, we call it Rodoviaria. Rodoviaria, it means a station, a bus station, terminal,
Hmm.
where you can meet most of these people, like they are there So like I wish I can be doing this every Friday, like buy them these things and then give it, because there are a whole lot of people who have families too. Even though here the government has a support system for them, but you know, looking at the support system, somebody with 5 kids, 4 kids, it's not easy, not easy. So sometimes when you have the chance to give them this thing, like I feel very happy. My wife feel very happy, and like for me, I feel very happy because I don't follow so much in life. Like I'm very reserved, and I'm happy with the little that I have. So if I have more, like for example, during this winter, I had a whole lot of clothes, and my wife also had some clothes. So we I shared a lot of women clothes and men clothes too as well. And in my car, I have baby clothes. I'm going to share it too also, guys. I have a cold.
Don't worry
So
about it.
are these people street people, or are they from the favela, or are they just people that's out on their luck?
No, we have people on the street. We have people from different states who come in to start new life.
Okay.
You understand? So the government has system for them, but the bureaucracy. You have to go through some processes, and it will take like 2 to 3 months for you to be able to get the approval from the government. And like it's a whole lot of process. Even though you get it, but at least this small one that we do, it helps a lot, because when you give it to them, they are at least able to sustain themselves. My wife too also help them with, like the process, because she's a social worker, so she does a lot. She does a lot. She does a lot. I remember each and every single time people will send her messages and stuff like that, and they need help. She does it, and we also do the best we can, apart from what the government does for them too as well. Because looking at the time, the bureaucracy they go through. Some will say, bring letter from here, do this document, wait for the judge to approve this. Like, so you go through that kind of process. So because of that, there are people on the street. There are people from other states. There are people who, because of drugs, they are some kind of way. They don't have any support anymore. So because of these things, we try as much as we can to organize and then help them with the little that we can. So for example, if I don't post, sometimes it's because of the things that are like I do go around to as well. And so when I get time, I do post. And when I make money from YouTube too, what I do is I just buy more of this thing. When I
That's
make
great.
money from YouTube, I buy more of this thing and then I give it out. So my YouTube channel is simply for this, because I don't really make that much from YouTube. What I make is what I use to buy these things and then give it to the people. And also apart from that, myself and my wife, we do this donation a lot, and we have groups too who normally help too as well with this particular food too as well. There are people who bring them, like they buy them and then they bring them, because we don't ask them to give us money or something. We ask them to buy these things and then they bring them. But there are some people they cannot bring these things, so what they do is they contribute so that we can get the people something. But people, it's just good to do it. It's just good to do it, because I remember I also had so much help when I go here. I had a whole lot of help from the locals. They are very nice. You will see somebody who will give you what he is going to eat, will give it to you to eat. You understand? So it's I think it's good. Even though most of them, because of drugs, they fall into that kind of angle. but it's not all of like when you talk about favela. A whole lot of people when you talk about this kind of people, they think about the favela thing. But the thing is, most of these people they don't even know that they can get some support from the government. And to get support from the government too, it takes time. But even though they don't know to educate them about it, you still have to, like support them and then show them the way until because my wife she has helped a lot of these people and most of them are doing well now. Even some of them when I go to the shopping mall, they work at the shopping mall and some of them are working at the like car wash and stuff like that. So sometimes I do get my car wash and like they do it for me for free. Sometimes some of them are mechanics too as well. So like because of the help she has given a whole lot of people, sometimes we get some things for free or like for free. It's really good. It's really good to help. So I still do it. I still do it. It's just
Yeah,
that I don't talk about it so much on my channel because some people will think that you are taking the money just to spend it. But hey,
Well, why would they think that? That's kind of silly.
a whole lot of people think that kind of thing. Like I said
Supreme,
too. I don't
Supreme,
really post like I used to
Supreme.
because
I don't think you will go through all of this for
oh
YouTube
man,
for YouTube subscribers. So you can wait on your YouTube subscribers to give you money. So I don't think you're that kind of guy. I think you're the kind of guy, just what you just mentioned. You and your wife, if somebody needs something, you will help them. That's the feedback I get from you.
even there are my viewers who came here. Like we went out. They had good time with me. They know me when
Oh,
they came here.
you did
Oh,
have viewers came and check you, yeah?
oh yes, I have a whole lot of viewers who came, and
Oh wow.
I took them out. I picked them from from airports. I took them to their hotels. I don't ask anything. I don't need anything.
You're a good
Me,
human being, man. You're a good human
I'm
being.
just okay. If somebody say, "Oh, take this one," I'm buying you this. Fine, I love it. But for me to ask, oh no, it's sometimes I just think it's nice that you have some friends online and they say, oh, I'll get you this. You understand? I remember last month, one of my viewers brought me a perfume. I think I did a video. I show you guys, right?
Which one is that?
Yeah, he bought me a perfume.
Which one? Which one?
It's called. Let me show you the box. It's called Issey Miyake. Let me show you the box. I true. But
Is it a Sauvage? Hey Brian, have you ever tried that Sauvage?
this is it. This is it. He bought me this perfume, and he
Okay.
bought my wife this one. Let me show you my wife's perfume. He bought my wife this one.
Oh wow.
So you got a
Yeah.
stack of perfume. You must have got a stack of perfumes, man.
Yes. He bought us this,
That's nice. That's nice.
That is nice.
Well,
So it is interesting. It is like, I just, it's just good. It's sometimes it's just good, even if maybe you have some nice small thing. You understand? But for me, what I make here, I don't use it on myself. Never. The money
Supreme,
that I take from here, I always give it out to the street.
when you do good, Supreme, whenever you do something good, people always recognize that, and in return, they do something good for you. That's how it works.
Man, like what
Yeah.
people don't get it is they think everybody who come on YouTube is all about making money and stuff like that. But in my channel, I have helped a lot of people with my channel. Like I help a lot of people who need informations and stuff like that. And some come here and I have to, I remember a family who came all the way from Korea. They
Wow.
were following my channel. I took them to when they came to Brazil. They wanted to go to what do you call it? What do you call it? To buy stuffs at the market. I did some videos at the flea market where you buy cheaper stuffs. So when they came, I went to their hotel. I picked them up from the hotel. I took them. We did some shopping. After that, I took them back, and they were very, very happy. The most important thing is to see people. Like they're happy. You understand? When people are happy, automatically, life becomes something better for you too as well. So yeah, I like to make people happy. I like to make people happy. I'm just the kind of person to who come online and say my mind. I remember Brian.
Mm.
Brian always give me backlashes when
What's the
I
story of
started.
that?
Yeah, I started this channel with Brian. Brian and
Uh,
Bonnie. Yes, they
oh yeah,
were
we used to
always
get
on
on him. We
me.
used to get on him.
Yes, they always like they say this guy is crazy. This guy is saying stuff. This guy doesn't read. He doesn't even know what is going on around town. He comes and then say,
Prodigy's from Nigeria, and
yeah,
he's Nigerian American. He's Nigerian from
yeah.
Canada. He
But it's
Yeah,
actually lived in Brazil right now.
wait, wait.
You actually talked to him, bro. My brother
yeah,
from the
Prodigy.
Caribbean. Yeah, you actually talked to him. You remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's
but, hey,
living here now. He lives
but
in
but Su-
Sierra.
but Supreme, you had another dude that used to come on, and he used to leave a lot of crazy comments and always criticize you. He never says anything good. I can't. I think he's in the States, but I
Yeah, yeah.
haven't.
He
I
is.
haven't
He
seen him
is.
post. I haven't seen him
He's on my
post.
platform.
Oh, he's
He's
still
on my
there.
platform. It's called Morpheus.
Yeah, he's on the platform.
He's
He
on the
is.
platform.
Oh,
That dude. He follows me everywhere.
but he's he's so critical.
Yeah, he's on my platform. It's called Morpheus.
Yeah, he is. He is. He is.
Yeah, he's on my platform.
Me
Yeah,
and him
but
sometimes double teams Supreme me leader.
But
Sometimes I leave it alone.
yeah,
people don't really people what people don't get is uh when people criticize you, you learn a lot from them too as well. You don't have to just decide no, they are bad people. So me, at least like I always say, if somebody want to say something even negative, I will invite the person to come on and then just you know
express himself. Yeah,
just express yourself because this is what we are here for. Like allow people to bring things out. Like somebody has a lot of things in their chest, on their chest. They want to bring it out. They don't know how to do it. So we create this platform is being created to get people who allow people to come and then, at least maybe when the person is stressed, he comes and then say whatever he want to say. After that he's free. You understand? So by me, I don't put those things in me.
what I
I just
Supreme,
listen.
what I like about you, Supreme, is like when you were giving your views in Africa, and some of these guys came back and they were hitting you left and right like Muhammad Ali,
Oh yeah, they hit me. They hit me a lot. They hit
and
me a lot.
and then when you kind of made comparisons, and the only thing I didn't like, people have to respect other people's opinion, and
Mhm.
yes, you can still respond and give your opinion, but it shouldn't be personal. And sometimes you kind of get the sense that it becomes personal.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
take it personal. There's some people who take it super personal right now. I remember in the beginning when I started this video, there is another one guy. He's called Rambo.
Yeah, I remember that. Is he
You
still
know
around?
that guy too, right? He's called
Yeah, I do.
Rambo. Oh my god, that guy too all the time. That guy is all about being personal. Like he comes attack me. He follows me on Instagram all the time. Oh, I just laugh whenever he says something. I just look at it and then I just laugh because this is internet. We are sharing views.
Right. Now, when you
So
read my comments, what do you be thinking when you read my comments?
is there?
Uh-huh. You be laughing?
I always laugh. When I read comments, I laugh. Whenever I see any personal comment, like somebody says something, I just read it and then I just laugh
No,
because
I'm talking about specifically when you read my comments. What do you be thinking?
oh, I always laugh at your comment. You know it yourself. When I read the comments, then I'm looking for you. When I come online, I'm looking for you to laugh at you. You know it. When I even come online, I'm looking for you. You know
Oh,
that when I come, as soon as I come online, then I'll start saying Brian has run away because Always Brian will say, I'm going to a meeting. I'm in a meeting. I'm taking a client to that side. Then but guys, it's very nice. It's you just have to, like look at things like that. There are people who are designed to, like to bring people spirit down, but you just have to look at them because you are doing okay already. You can just imagine somebody wants to be just like you. You
Yeah.
understand?
But,
So the
but
thing,
you but you know,
yeah.
I when all the channels, yours is the only channel that ever went on live. And I mean, I've looked at a lot. And because I've always been fascinated with Brazil, and you pretty much give us straight talk about Brazil. You don't sugarcoat it. Just as you talked about Ghana, and you got a lot of heat from those guys. You give it to us direct, and that's what I like about how you present
Thank you so
Brazil.
much. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm so raw. I'm so raw. So sometimes people say, nah, this guy is crazy. But I have to be raw.
but it's
Because
honest, honest
yeah,
raw.
you just have to be
Yeah.
raw.
I mean, you're raw, but then again, I still do have disagreements with you about
Yeah,
You
certain
do?
Canadian
yeah.
YouTubers.
I know.
I mean, you have a different opinion about Mr. Meyer. I have a different opinion about Wadameyer. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's good. It's good to have that.
Brian always say, why
Yeah.
are you saying this about what
You
am I?
guys
Why
have a hookup, Supreme. You guys should hook up, man. You're on, and you should have a
what am
live
I?
session.
No, what am I is scared of me,
Where is he from?
Yeah.
Where is he from?
Oh, he's from Ghana.
He's from
He's from
Ghana.
Ghana. Yeah,
He's
Whoa,
from
Supreme.
Ghana.
that
Yeah,
should
he's
be
Yeah.
from.
interesting. That should be
Yeah.
Yeah,
interesting.
he watches my video. Trust me, he watches my video. I'm sure Wadamaya always watches my video. You remember the last video that I did about him? You saw the comment.
Did he comment?
Oh yeah, he came and then comment. He wrote some comments over there because I was blasting him because he wasn't being real. You understand? And I don't like it. If you want to show the richer side of Africa, fine. But let people know the reality too, because people are using their money. They are
Okay,
traveling
okay.
there. They are thinking that when they go to Africa, they are going to take. A lot of people took loan from banks from the United States, and they are going to Africa to invest. We are talking about investment here. So
Are you
when you are talking about
serious?
investment, you have to tell the people the truth at least.
Are you
You
serious?
understand? Yeah,
People are
because it's
taking bank
money.
loans.
You understand?
People are
So we
taking
love
loans.
Africa. Yeah,
Wow.
we love Africa. But the fact is, you cannot hide the hard truth from people who are taking their money. These are black people. These are black people. They are taking their money, taking loans to Africa in the name of watching the videos, what they see. Like you are showing, but talk about the truth a little bit. At least do some live video, take some questions, and answer people. Like be real, but don't say, no. If you want to get in touch with me and consult, then I'll take $200 before you can get in touch with me. That's nonsense.
Oh, so he's a consultant now? He's a consultant?
Oh, he does everything, my brother. He does
I didn't.
everything.
I thought he just traveled and made you.
Nah, 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 nah. He's a consultant. Like when you want to know something about Ghana or Africa, you get in touch with him, and then he's going to show you. But the thing is, they don't tell you the typical truth, because the typical
Mm,
truth, when they say the typical truth, they will lose followers, because
mhm,
the whole thing they do is they do it because they want more followers, and we don't do it for follow, we do it for people to learn the truth. So
mhm.
most of the time when you do videos for truth, you won't get that, like exploded views, or like a lot of followers, because somebody will just watch. No, this guy is crazy, let me just, but they don't want the truth. But if you come and you start lying to them right now, they'll follow you everywhere right now. You understand?
Yeah.
So me, I like to do raw videos. I do raw. And when somebody wants something, I make sure I bring the content, like raw content. I don't edit anything from my content. I just bring it raw. So I like it. I like it. So I'm really
Because
grateful. At least if I have few viewers, I think I still am really happy with it because they are real viewers. They are people who really want to watch the channel rather
Right.
than
Yeah.
you create a group of like fake viewers. They only want to see lies. So sometimes you want to tell, yeah, we want to tell them the truth because of the lies. You just have to do some lies so that you gain another viewers. Nah, I'm not here for that. I'm only here, like to be raw, real. If the truth is there, we can share ideas. Somebody will say, "Oh, okay, this thing you can." If you don't have that idea, let me show you. Understand? But they always want to do like, okay, they know everything is perfect, everything is perfect, everything is perfect. Because of that, you see a lot of blind followers following, and it is something that I just fear for most of my black people because when they follow these kind of channels, they build that like fake confidence, and then they take. I guess you have seen some videos of Black Americans complaining
But
their life expenses.
they're returning back to the States, and they're complaining that they lost money. They what they were the expectations that they had when they left is not what they saw on the ground. And
Good.
they're complaining they thought things would have been cheap, but they say no, it's expensive in
It's
Ghana.
it's 3 times, it's 4 times, it's 5 times. Ghana, each and every single week, the prices of things go higher. There are no control prices. Like you can just go there and say, I'm selling my iPhone for $2,000. Nobody is going to comment. It's finished. You understand? And this was one of the things I was saying that if someone like Wadamaya, you have a big platform. Be real a little bit. At least you wanted to be big. Okay, now you are big. Be real with the people a little bit. You understand? Because people are taking loans. Now they are back in the United States. We don't know how they are going to pay their loans. Then after that, we, the same Africans, will come back and say, these black Americans, they don't see the privileges they have. But we took all the money from them. We lied and then took the money from them. And then they go back zero, and then we are going to blame them again. You understand? So it doesn't make sense if you are promoting Africa without making the people know the truth behind the promotion. You understand? You let them know. When you go to Africa, we have this, we have that. If you are rich, it's going to be favor you, but you have to be careful like this. You don't talk about it. You only bring mansions and people's personal mansions. Nothing of a government achievement. Only individual achievements. And these individual achievements, most of them didn't achieve it in Africa. Most of them were once living in United States of America, Europe, and stuff like that. That is where they had the opportunity to go back and then do all these things. It's very difficult for you to come across somebody who really made it out there, like in Africa. Those people, you can count them. You see, so me, that is where I have problem with Wadamaya, without telling the people the hard truth before promoting Africa. You see, so me, I only have that problem. Apart from that, I think what he's doing a fantastic job, but he should tell the people the truth. He shouldn't
So
lie.
what were they borrowing the money for? I mean, the
Like
American
to buy lands, like invest, buy land. Yeah, some of them went there to buy like lands or landed property. That's one of the main reasons they're borrowing.
so with American banks will lend you money to buy property overseas?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what kind of loan. It depends what kind
Oh,
of loan.
okay, okay, the type of loan.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like some of them might get like six, 5, 6, 7 thousand dollar loan. Some is come from the savings. They've been saving
Okay,
for quite a
okay.
while, thinking that it's going to be cheap. Like things are cheap. Things are not that cheap, especially in West Africa, like Nigeria, Ghana. Things can be, especially Ghana is more affordable than Nigeria, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, and
So where
part of
So where in Africa that's up and coming that's still relatively cheap in terms of housing, in terms of food, technology, you want to buy
It,
things like computer, household items, where?
well, I mean, it
And that
depends
might
what part of Africa. It depends what part of Africa you want to go. If you are you talking of the western part of Africa, southern
east,
part
like
of Africa, or
like well, the southern part, like what you said, Botswana, and then you go over to
you have
Namibia.
Zimbabwe. You have Zimbabwe. You have South Africa. Those are Swaziland. Zimbabwe area, South Africa. Those are the southern part of Africa. Then you
so
have the
is it relatively cheap? I mean, not I wouldn't say cheap, but is it an affordable?
nah.
Like,
Now I would say eastern, central, and eastern part of Africa. If you're talking of cheap, but some parts
Yeah.
of Senegal, some
The,
parts of
the,
like
the only
Senegal,
one place in South of Africa that I know is cheap is Malawi.
Malawi,
yeah,
yeah.
Malawi, yeah,
so if
Malawi, yeah,
so
I
Malawi
mean,
is cheap.
with Botswana, it's going to be like you living here in these states. To be honest,
are you
Yeah.
serious?
yeah, but like Arizona, yeah, it's
So
like
what would
lifestyle, everything,
where would
infrastructure, all that.
so what would $2,500 get you where? In which country? A decent life.
Malawi, 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 you can live that life of, like when you have that, like $100, you can live, you can live that life,
What about the infrastructure though? Cell phone and Wi-Fi and
Talking
stuff like
about
that.
infrastructure, it is not that developed, like,
yeah. Then
Like
you
places
have
like Kenya.
yeah, maybe Kenya. Yeah,
Mm.
Kenya.
yeah, Kenya is developed. Kenya has that international standard.
Okay.
They are very developed. They are
But
You
they're
could
very
live
not.
on
They're not
developed.
25.
cheap. Kenya's not cheap. Nairobi's not cheap.
What's about
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nairobi.
that
Tanzania?
is that is
Yeah,
what I
Nairobi is
heard.
not cheap. Yeah,
So
That is what I
Tanzania is cheap.
Africa is expensive then.
yeah,
Okay, look,
yeah. Many parts of Africa is expensive.
one thing about South Africa. South Africa, if you are going there to invest into properties, you make money. You
Mhm.
understand? And also, um, they have things made in South Africa which are very cheap, but things that come from outside, like electronic gadgets which are from outside, they are very expensive in South Africa. They are very, very expensive. Like for example, cell phones are very expensive in South Africa. You understand? And clothes, they have their manufactured clothes there, which are very cheap, but you cannot buy clothes which are like foreign made clothes, like let me say Nikes, Levi's. They are very expensive.
What about
They're-
Uganda?
Okay, Uganda. I think Uganda. It's also a place where it's a bit okay. You understand? They have nice things over there. Like they have a bit system, because I had a whole lot of followers from Uganda who were, like, I used to follow some of the channels to in Uganda. You know, it's I don't think it's expensive. I don't think it's,
Okay.
but Malawi for sure I know, because I've been to Malawi when I was living in South Africa. I've been to
Mhm.
Malawi like 2 times with one of my friends, Malawian guy. We went there. It was expensive. I say it was very cheap. But it's just that it's not that developed. You understand? Like, it's not that developed, but it is okay. Malawi is,
So Supreme, if someone is going to Africa for the first time,
yeah.
I mean, name me a handful of countries you will suggest to them.
I'll say Kenya.
Okay.
You put Kenya
Kenya.
number one.
I would say Kenya would
Ghana is
get
one of them.
you. Kenya will give you an introduction. It has both. I hate to say Western, but I'm gonna say developed and non-developed areas too. You could do both, and it's Kenya is really built on tourism. Really,
Yeah,
you have Nairobi, you have the city life, and then you could go to
Mombasa. Then
safari.
you have Mombasa.
Yeah, then you have Mombasa.
Yeah, Mombasa, Kenya.
It's really built for tourism. I mean, a lot of tourists, to be perfectly honest with you, go to Kenya.
Okay.
Kenya, yeah. you have Kenya, you have Ghana if you want to go in the western part.
Mhm.
Liberia, that was, if it was back in the days, Liberia was, but yeah, you can still visit Liberia. Uh, Nigeria, I'm in Nigeria, but right now with the way things, I wouldn't suggest Nigeria right now, to be quite honest.
Why?
I mean, I would love to, to be honest with you, I would love to go to Nigeria.
Yeah,
It's one
no,
of those
right,
countries in
yeah,
there. It's a fascinating
okay,
country, between the north and the
yeah,
south, regardless.
yeah,
A
no,
lot
right,
of, yeah,
yeah,
a
no,
lot of
right now.
different, yeah, yeah.
A lot of turmoil going on in that country right now. Yeah. Then you have on this southern part, you have Tanzania, you have Namibia. That's if you want to visit southern part of Africa. So
Okay,
it's
in the southern part of Africa, I will recommend Botswana number one, and number two, you can visit what's the name? This country, Kingdom of Swaziland in Mbambani is very very nice too. I remember I spent about 8 days in Mbambani. It was fantastic.
What's that?
The people,
Swaziland? Is that a country or part of South Africa?
It's a
a
no,
country,
it's a
but
country.
Oh, it is. I've never heard of that.
The capital city is called Mbambani.
What's this? I mean, comparing that to Brian, but comparing that to which state in
It's
America?
very small. It's not that.
no, no,
yeah,
that's different. That's different. I haven't been there. I've been to Botswana. Botswana remind you like of Arizona.
yeah,
Okay, so
you know,
Arizona full of black people.
Yeah,
That's what
but
oh,
remind
it,
you.
it is it is nice. These places that I'm talking about are very nice places where if you go, you will enjoy yourself. You wouldn't experience anything unusual. You understand? But in South Africa, you will have your unusual experiences in South Africa, and in East Africa, I think Uganda, Kenya. Yeah,
Tanzania.
Uganda, Kenya, and
Tanzania.
let me see one particular place in East Africa. I've
Ethiopia.
forgotten
Let's
the
see.
name.
what about Ethiopia? Nobody talks about that country.
Uh,
Ethiopia. I mean,
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
Me personally, I haven't been to Ethiopia before, so I cannot say that much of Ethiopia. But I heard they have nicer things over there.
I
People
mean,
are
they
very
really
nice.
developing Addis Ababa though. I give them
Yeah.
credit for that.
So I think it's an IC. If you want to visit Africa, there are some places in Africa you have to for sure
I
visit.
mean, I would say if you're into, I mean, all African countries, a lot of African countries have historical sites. But if you're into that, like I hate to say Hope Tuck, but if you're into that, that whole
city.
Christian thing, as far as like an African country who had its own before the white people came there, they were already Christians type of thing. Ethiopia have a lot of that. As far as its history goes back,
Yeah,
it goes back
Yeah,
very, very deep.
deep. Yeah,
very
Um,
very good, very very
yeah,
good.
yeah,
very,
going
very deep.
deep. Yeah, going back to all the way to Solomon, King,
Right,
all the
right,
way to
exactly.
King
What
Solomon.
about
Yeah,
Guinea? What about Guinea?
Guinea.
Uh,
Guinea.
ah,
We have about three
Guinea.
Guinea.
Yeah,
We have Guinea, normal Guinea. We have Equatorial Guinea.
The,
We
Sp-
Yeah.
Guinea
have
Bissau.
the
Guinea
Span- I'm
Bissau.
talking about. I'm talking about the Spanish Guinea.
Yeah, that is
Oh
Equatorial
wow,
Guinea.
yeah. That's
Yeah, people
Equatorial
don't.
Guinea, yeah.
Yeah, people don't
Equatorial.
talk about that. Why people don't talk about that country that much? I've
Yeah,
never heard.
because I'll tell you why. Because they are very like
What?
they disturb they it's all about they are too harsh on other Africans.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So because of that, people don't really because people go there for greener pastures. To be frank with you, like other African countries, they go there to work like the way people go to Europe to work and then make money. You
What
understand?
do they have there? What do they have there?
Ish. According to my cousins who have been there, they have a lot going on, like oil. Like they are doing fine. Like it is a country where the system has been putting well in place. So yeah, it is a place where life is also good over there. But for you as a tourist, it's going to be fine. But if you are from some other part of Africa and going there, they might be thinking that you are going there to also, like work or something.
Oh, take their
So
jobs. Okay.
yeah, take their jobs. Yeah. So it's just like that kind of mindset of other Africans traveling to South Africa too as well. You understand? So
Yeah, that's
they
kind of
have that
harsh what
kind of,
South Africans be doing. I'm like, oh my
yeah.
God.
And there is another place like Gabon. Gabon.
I heard
Yeah,
about
what?
that country. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about. I haven't heard anything in terms of details.
Yeah, there are places where people, like people don't go there that much. People don't like Africans themselves. Even these our YouTubers, they have not even they don't even know that those places exist. And these are not the places where people want to know about, like Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Cape Verde. You know, uh, uh,
How do
uh,
you feel about Kurt Vague? I mean, a lot of people talk about that
Oh,
recently.
Cape Verde, according to sources, I've not been there, but it is a nice place. And, life is fantastic over there too, as well. It is a coastal country, and they have a lot of amazing highlands. They have a very clean blue waters. So, yeah, it is a place, it is a must see, Cape Verde. And apart from there, too, we have some other places too where they are a little bit isolated from African continent, like what do you call it, like Mauritius and uh, oh, I forgot. There is another one too, apart
Papua
from
New
Mauritius.
Guinea.
Oh, not that
No,
one.
Seychelles.
that, no,
Seychelles.
that's not in
You know,
Africa.
I actually wanted to go to that country when I was in Australia, but I had the white
Oh,
people
okay.
brainwash me to think I'm gonna get something gonna happen to me when I get in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are more places in Africa hidden. There are
Mm.
more hidden countries in Africa that people don't really know, like St. Helena's. But St. Helena is not a place where I will recommend that much because
what
that
country?
place
What country is that in? What is that? A country or a state or a city?
is a country, St. Helena's.
I'm looking at
It's
a map here. I'm looking at a map here. Is that east or west?
St. Helena. It's in the south. Let me show you. I will share this thing. It is some small highland.
I think
Yeah,
I
it's a
see it.
small island. Yeah, that's not.
You've seen it, right?
Is that next to Madagascar?
Nah, it's away from what do you call it? Away from South Africa. It's on that side of
Okay.
South Africa. It's called
Yeah,
St.
it's
Helena's, and
Hey,
they don't have.
let me ask you a question. I know a lot of African countries have Islam. Uh, what are
Mm.
the premier countries that are Christian apart from South Africa?
Oh, a lot of
Ghana.
countries.
A lot of
Yeah.
countries are Christians.
Oh yeah.
Like
So what? So
I
Kenya
am a Ghanaian.
is Kenya Christian?
It's majority Christian, but you do have a large Muslim
Muslim
Yeah,
minority, especially on the
population.
coast.
Kenya majority are Christians, but they
Right,
have
right.
a large
Especially,
population of
especially along the
Muslims.
coast and people up north. Because think about it, Kenya is kind of like a lot of countries are made up. Like part of Somaliland or Somalia,
Yes, yes,
it's in
Yeah,
yes,
it's in Kenya.
yeah.
yeah.
You know, you have the Somali ethnicity there, and then you have the
So
people
you
along the
see a lot
Swahili
of
coast.
Somalians over there. You
Yeah,
see
right,
Yeah.
right. Because
a lot of
because part of Kenya, part of Somalia got annexed by the
yeah.
British and made Kenya.
And
And
made
then you have the
Kenya.
Oh,
coast, yeah, and then you have the coastal people, the Swahili coast, and they been Muslims. And then you have Mombasa. But the other ethnic groups, are majority Kenya's majority Christian, but you have a large Muslim minority, and then you have some Indians who live there too, but brought there by the British.
Yeah.
what about Mozambique? Nobody's talking about Portuguese Mozambique. What's the story?
Hey, the time I
Yeah.
went to Mozambique, I didn't know how to speak Portuguese. I remember, but
Hmm.
uh, they are not too bad. They are very nice people. Mozambique people are very nice, And what I can say about Mozambique is they are not too tough like the way when you go to Angola, they are a little bit some kind of way, Angolans, that Angolan lifestyle, like they see everybody to be like you are even part of the reason why we are suffering. But they are doing fine too.
Mm.
You
Mm.
understand? But Mozambique is a bit, like it's a bit calm. It's just that they have a lot of Chinese people over there.
And
Uh,
which countries are remote are more like embracing, like if you're coming from America and the West, like I mean they all want the American dollar, but in terms of which country are more like they embrace Western
Uh,
culture.
Kenya,
I would say Kenya.
Oh,
Kenya,
Kenya.
Kenya,
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
because you have some whites. You have some whites that live in Kenya, like
yeah,
that be living in Kenya. Yeah, you have few whites that lives in Kenya.
mm.
right.
So
I would
so
Yeah.
so Brian, you say
Kenya,
Kenya?
South Africa. I mean, South Africa definitely. With the whole rap and you know what I mean.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you say Kenya is where to start, huh? Start Kenya first.
I mean, if you don't want something like stock, I wouldn't say I wouldn't tell you to go to Chad or something like that. That'd be too much. Too much.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah. Oh, Chad, nah,
Yeah, Chad
right.
and Niger or
Mali,
Mali.
Niger
Yeah,
Republic.
that'd be too much. That'd be just too much. Or
Yeah,
Bikini
that,
Faso. That'd be too much third world, bro. It'd be too
yeah,
Are
much.
you
that would be.
serious? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't handle those. You can't handle those ones, man.
What about
Yeah,
too much poverty?
all that.
Now he's very conservative. Those are
Yeah, yeah,
Muslims.
that too. Yeah.
Like very very yeah very conservative. Even a lot of Africans can't even handle that part of yeah
Hmm.
that
So so
part of Africa.
so
Like
Libya, Chad, Niger, Mali. What about Mauritania?
No, no,
uh
no,
no
no.
no
That's a no
wow
go.
no
Supreme, what are you
No,
laughing at, Supreme?
because Mauritania, it's
no,
it's
no,
it's
no,
just a no go zone.
brother,
It is.
you bring the US dollar and the American pound. What's no
no,
go?
no, no. Just don't go. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Let me
don't do
show you
yeah
something. Let
don't
me
try
just
it,
tell you
man.
the hard truth. Once you have the American passport, you just have to be a little bit careful with the northern side. You just have to be a little bit with the northern side,
The weird
and
thing about
also,
Mauritania, it's like right next to Mali, dead in West Africa. But I understand what he's talking. I know what Supreme is talking about when he said northern side.
yeah, you
Perfect.
just have to be a little
Right.
bit
So
careful.
like
But
what
it
you talking
is
about
it is not
Morocco?
luxury. It's
You
not
talking
luxury
about
over there.
so you talking
I
about
would say I'd
Morocco?
rather go to Morocco than Mauritania, to be honest.
No,
Uh,
Morocco is for tourists. At least
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Morocco,
Morocco is for
why
tourists. Yeah,
everybody goes
that's
to
yeah.
Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco
what ab-
is yeah.
what about
Myself, I've been
Tunisia?
to Casablanca,
What
and
about
it's
Tunisia and
it is
Algeria?
fantastic.
I mean, you could.
Tunisia, you can also
I
go
think
to Tunisia.
yeah, but I think Morocco. If you're thinking of going to Tunisia or Algeria, you better off going to Morocco first.
No, Morocco is more welcoming than Tunisia.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tunisia. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
but I
Morocco.
would say Tunisia probably. I haven't been to Tunisia, but it's a little bit more developed than Morocco's in some respects.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
the
you
the,
think
the,
so?
the, the, the the hard
I
truth
think
is
so. I
Yeah,
Morocco
mean,
but I think
yeah.
I'll go to
is
Morocco
more
first.
open.
Yeah, Morocco is
I mean, I would go
Morocco
to
is
Morocco, but I noticed that Tunisia, the lifestyle looks a little bit more developed. Let me just say that.
yeah, but
Tunisia
Morocco
look
is
a little bit
much
French.
more progressive and welcoming. That's,
Right.
Yeah.
there is a joke they make about Morocco. Supreme later,
Hmm.
have you heard about the joke? It's like Morocco.
Yes,
Yeah,
Morocco. Morocco. I remember my first time when I went to Morocco. I was there for 4 days. It was actually 5 days, but I spent 4 days in Morocco before I left. And you know what I saw and the kind of environment like the kind of lifestyle I
Hmm.
saw. I didn't I didn't expect to see in the life of Arab. You understand?
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I was even asking myself if they were really Arabs because they were a bit different.
Different, yeah. It's a
Yeah, they were a
libertarian.
bit
It's a
different.
libertarian lifestyle.
Yes, compared to when I went to Egypt, it was a bit
Yeah,
different to
it's a
Egypt.
big difference. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a bit different.
yeah, yeah.
Morocco, it's a recommendable place for you to go if
I mean,
For you,
Egypt.
yeah.
To
yeah.
be honest with you, Egypt, I didn't mind. I actually met a lot of good friends in Egypt.
How come?
Yeah. Have you been to Morocco, Brian?
No, I haven't been to Morocco. I have
Yeah,
friends from Moroccans and stuff like that, but
yeah.
I
This,
did have a good time, and I mean, I would say I did have a good time in Egypt and also the northern area of Sudan. I had a great time, but Egypt too, I had a great time in Egypt. Only thing I didn't like is people trying to scam you and stuff like that, and bashish,
yeah.
begging you in the street, trying to give them, like money or tip or something like that. In
You were
Sudan,
in
I didn't
Sudan?
expect, huh? Yeah, I've been to the northern part. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
have several times. Sudan and Egypt is kind of like twins.
Yeah,
Um,
northern Egypt. I mean, northern part of Sudan.
yeah, definitely like twins
Yeah.
because it's kind of like Sudan is one of those countries where I call it overlap countries. They have an overlap of the neighbors. You have Northern Sudanese who kind of look like Upper Egyptians. You have Eastern Sudan who look like Ethiopians. You have the Western part who look like Chadians or West Africans or whatnot. You
Yeah.
have South Sudan, or South Kordofan who look like South Sudanese. You have like Africa, all of these people in a weird microcosm. And then you have these people who coming from the Arabian Peninsula who's like nomads and this and that. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
So
but
of
all
yeah,
all,
African one.
so of all the countries we've been discussing, as an American, um, which of those countries you think you'll feel safe? After having dinner in the evening, maybe walking back, maybe 2 blocks to your hotel, or
Mhm.
I know there's no
mm,
such thing as 100% safety, but which country you will give it a shot of
yeah.
in terms of having a degree of low
Look,
having little
uh,
problems.
I well, it depends on what you want, but if that's the case, I will
Yeah.
suggest maybe visit Morocco first.
But you said about the pickpockets over there, though.
No, no, not Morocco. I don't think no,
Supreme,
Supreme do they
Yeah.
pickpocket? Not in Morocco. They do?
Supreme, you got your wallet and your chain it's attached. Everything
Yeah,
is gone.
yeah, it's
But being on,
I
truthful
would I
guys,
would say if you don't want want something like similar lifestyle in the United States without no problems, without no corruption, without people begging
Yeah,
you like Nigeria for money at the airport. I hear about Nigeria.
Ghana is the same thing.
I would say go to
Ghana
places
airport,
like
they beg like beggars. They are
right. I would
crazy.
say go to
Botswana
places like Botswana or you go to Rwanda.
or Rwanda, we haven't mentioned that.
oh yeah, yeah, that's true. We haven't mentioned Rwanda.
I heard that's an
Actually,
up and coming
that's
I think
country.
you have to go
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
I think you have to go to Rwanda
yeah,
right,
Rwanda. That's true. We haven't mentioned Rwanda. Yeah, Rwanda is
right.
because
man.
myself, I want to visit Rwanda. I want to
Mm,
Yeah,
witness
yeah,
everything myself.
man,
yeah.
it's crazy how how
So
fast
Brian,
Rwanda have come in, man.
so
That's
No,
one
I
of the
Brian,
haven't been to
cleanest.
Rwanda, but I heard a lot about it.
Yeah, that's one
But
of the
I
cleanest countries in Africa.
like
wow.
I would say Sudan was very interesting.
No, but
It's
I'm
not
talking about
clean. It's not
talking about,
clean. I'll tell you about
but
that. It's not clean.
Hey, but Brian,
Yeah,
I'm talking about the nightlife. Like, if let's say you don't want to worry when you leave a restaurant or anything to look back. You just want to go back. You want to do your things, and you don't have to look back. Any pickpockets, any muggers, and stuff like that. I know there is no such thing as 100% security, but which
Right.
country would you suggest to go first?
I'll say
And
go to Kenya because I keep on hearing from all these people. Because I've been to Kenya just to one day for the stop over the airline. But it was interesting. I'm like, man, I want to explore more of the city of Nairobi. So since
yeah,
Nairobi is have a lot of nightlife, a lot of it, and Kenyans are drunks. I ain't gonna lie, they love to drink.
yeah,
they drink
yeah.
a lot.
Especially with your
Yeah, they do
accent,
drink a
Brian, you
lot.
would have had a good time in Kenya.
Say what?
With your accent, you would have had a good time in Kenya.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun. You have a great, they like to party.
Yeah,
They really
yeah,
love to party there, and a
yeah.
lot of yeah, a lot of African
They probably
American
like
YouTubers who
Brazilians.
go there. They just going they be going all out.
No, do you know another place that like to party?
Which one?
Cameroonians, man.
I heard.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cameron.
even my cousin that lives here in LA, he went and became a roommate with a couple Cameroonians. Man,
Mhm.
after a couple months, he packed out and left. It was like, dude,
Wow.
it was like Nigerians. It was like Nigerians are very conservative compared to Cameroonians, man.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, man. Even some of my cousins in Nigeria, they went to Cameroon for like 20 years. They didn't come back. It was like,
Oh,
oh, when we found out, it was like, yeah, Cameroonians like to party, man. Every day is like a weekend. Monday,
what about
Tuesday, Wednesday.
No,
what about
one thing
Senegal?
I do like about, I'm gonna say one thing I do like about Kenya, I mean Nairobi specifically, is the weather. The weather, I
Okay.
have to admit, it do gets chilly. People don't expect that in Africa.
Wow.
They do get chilly. So they
Yeah,
have a
but in the southern side of southern countries of Africa, it's always cold. It's
yeah,
crazy over there.
yeah.
Like
I
there
mean,
are
but
places
I did not expect that for Kenya, Nairobi. I thought it would be like hot,
like
but it's not.
yeah. It's just like Egypt. You think that it's desert and it's when it gets cold, it's nasty. It's very very cold. I remember
Oh,
when I
you
went
must have been in
there.
Cairo. Cairo is very gets like
Yes,
yeah.
very very cold.
Hey, Brown, what do you
The
like
most
about Egypt?
What I liked about Egypt, I mean, in the beginning, I didn't like it because people were trying to scam me everywhere. I I was like, what the hell is this?
Give me an
I
example.
decided, oh man, it was just kind of like all these guys, coming up with these kind of like scams as far as taking you to the pyramids and this and that stuff, or them,
They
it's
take
just dumb stuff,
they
and
take
they
your
show
money
you
and you never end.
something,
You take your
huh?
money and you never end up. So they take your money and you never end up there, huh?
Right. Or like they take you to all these shops, like multiple different shops, which you do not have no interest going, and you don't speak the language and all that. Don't have no interest. They
Mm.
showing you all this stuff, and they expect you to buy stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like you're some type of bank or something. American Savings Bank. Oh,
Oh, but
and
Kenya, the people you say they're nice. They're not begging and stuff like that.
they do. I mean, you have to be careful with that too. I mean, but
It's
when I
all
was in
over there.
Nairobi, it was just a stopover.
Okay.
When I went to Sudan, it was totally opposite. Total opposite of Egypt in every single way.
What way?
When people invited you somewhere, people actually were paying for my meals, and I did not even know who they were.
In Sudan.
Wait, in Sudan?
Yeah, yeah, in Sudan. When they
Mm.
found out I was foreign, they paid for my meals.
They had a war recently, didn't they? Didn't they have a,
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
with the North, not the whole entire country. It was,
not the,
it was in the South and in the Darfur region. And then
okay.
Yeah,
South Sudan became a separate country now back in 2011, and they had a war there. But everything is right now is okay right now. What I
Okay.
like about Sudan is a hidden gem. If if you're a history nerd or if you're into that mummy Egyptian thing, they have pyramids there but smaller. They have
Okay.
temples, Egyptian temples. Anything that's kind of like in the
yeah.
ancient history, Sudan have that.
Okay.
And
yeah.
in the abundance. It's not like little stuff. In the abundance as far as temples
Is
of
that
Amun.
a Christian country or
No, it's
communist?
Islamic.
No,
Oh, is that
Islam.
like
And, but they used to be, if you go to the museum, they used to be Christian at one time. And then they became
yeah,
Islam,
it's like,
later on periods. But
so
I
you
mean,
can
it
dress?
had,
Could you dress
say what?
Western? Could you dress
yeah,
Western with jeans and sneakers and t-shirts
Yeah,
and
of
stuff?
course. Of course. You see a lot of people dressing Western,
yeah,
you know.
Oh,
yeah. If you want, I mean, maybe Alexandria in Egypt. I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had Alexandria is like more, a little bit more Western compared to Cairo.
Right. I mean, you
Alexandria,
have people dressing Western, both in Egypt and Northern Sudan. I mean, you also
okay.
have people wearing the traditional, jabalia. Especially a lot of young people, like listen to hip hop and, you
Over
know,
there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna show you something. One of the graduation parties in college. It's kind of crazy. You're gonna be like,
Oh,
what? And this is in Sudan. Uh, DJ Teddy Jam. They up on it. They're not
hmm.
Yeah.
like they're not like in some type of weird, like vacuum or some sort of, the world is a modern place now, and everyone.
They want the American influencer.
No, not really. It's just young people, young youth culture. Share that, Supreme Leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, guys. I'll be leaving. Brian, we'll keep in
Mhm.
touch some other time, bro.
Definitely, definitely.
Take it
Let
easy,
me leave
bro.
my email. I'm gonna leave my email on there.
Oh,
I'll give you my
okay.
email.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, what was the question? I was replying some messages on my phone.
That's my email.
Oh,
It was
okay.
your email.
Mhm.
You still do
Uh,
email.
yeah, I do.
I
Yeah, just show
I don't
him.
remember
He
the
can
last
have an
time
idea.
checking my email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Just share
what
it.
was the question again?
No, just share the video. Share the screen share this video, I guess.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing some other videos, live videos. I have some questions for you guys. Today, the question that I had was fantastic. I guess most of us who weren't online will still come online and then see this conversation and then learn something out from this video too as well. But I still have a lot to talk about when it comes to these particular kind of topics because it's been a while. I haven't been talking about
Mhm.
these kind of topics because I have been very busy and also getting the time because of the kids. Sometimes I want to be online at this time, but
Mm.
the kids they do wake up a lot. It's just like that today they are sleeping, they look very very tired. So
Right.
but very soon I have to go and then join them and then allow you guys to also enjoy your evening. What time is it over there? I think here is 12
Eleven
a.m. here.
nineteen. Hey,
Yeah,
but
But
it's
here
Supreme,
it's
8:19.
8:19 p.m. here
11,
in California.
11:19 on the East Coast. Hey, but Supreme, what you need to do, you must give us a heads up because I just happened to check you out today because I missed your alerts. But you should give us a day or two so
Exactly. So we could know.
so we know
Yeah.
because I already enjoy this, I already enjoy this. So
I,
instead of
are
instead
you
of doing
are
it,
you on our platform? Are you on our platform?
no,
The
no.
Telegram.
On
Yes,
uh,
I'm going to leave
Telegram.
the link.
Do
I
me do
think
me a favor, Supreme. Show him the screen share so he could see that these people do the same things and listen to the same things that he might listen to.
okay.
Yeah.
That's it here.
Just a little
Is it
tight taste
is it
of it.
on? Can
It's on
everybody
now.
see it?
What is
Yeah,
that here?
that's in Sudan.
That's in
That's
Sudan.
Sudan. Oh,
Yeah.
University of Medical Science.
wow. Is that guy American?
Ace. Nah, he's Sudanese. Based in he used to live in Dubai, but he's in Sudan. Graduation
It's
party.
it's a
That,
DNA.
so that's actually in Sudan.
Yeah, it's actually Sudan back 10 years ago.
Hmm. That's American. That's Western music, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. All right, guys.
We have to go to Sudan. To the Caribbean, right? That's Kevin Little.
But you said this is a Muslim country.
Yeah.
Is it not conservative? They just dress. Is it moderate Muslim? Islam?
You know, you got, in every society, you got a mixture of people who are conservative and who are liberal.
Yeah,
And then plus, it's an event where people are graduating.
most
Yeah, because
definitely.
when I'm thinking about Sudan, from what I've seen, is the woman has the hijab and they're all
Yeah,
dressed.
they wear that in the outside, but it's a graduation party.
Okay, okay.
Yes, so guys, we are
And
going
that's
to
live.
prepare. Yes, we are going to prepare another what do you call it? Another topic. I still have a lot on this type of issues, so that we can come
But I know
and
Supreme
then
don't consider them
share.
black though. That's a different story though.
Yeah, but it's the same black thing that we have to talk about, because
Right. He don't
we
consider them
have to
black.
push the agenda to make people understand the differences,
I mean, but you
to make
understand what I
people
was
learn.
one question. Did you understand what I was talking about, correct? Today? I pretty much set
Yes, I I,
pattern.
I got that part, that you made it very clear about the traditional black and the diverse black, which I find it very amazing. But I'll still bring a specific topic on that one, so that
And
people
what I view
learn more
about
from it too.
and what I view about what I consider a mixed race person.
Yes, I understand that one too.
You're right,
By
right.
people who have no idea of their ancestors, and yeah, they don't have
Versus
any
those
idea
who
of.
is quite clear, who do know they have one black father and one white mother, or they live together with both of these people. That's a mixed race person.
Yes, those
Nobody's gonna
ones clearly know they are mixed people, but the ones who don't know
or
are the
who
ones.
they do know, they have an idea, but that's like years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Years ago. People don't care about that no more. And they more integrated within the black world. And they have these black relatives along with those who look like their family, where it doesn't matter no more.
Hey guys, before I leave,
But
Supreme, when are you gonna have in? You don't. I believe it's best doing this on the weekends
Yeah,
instead of
I
yeah,
think
during
so
the
I
week.
too.
I I really think during the weekend it's much more flexible, because I think a whole lot of people
What about
have.
a Saturday? Could you do it on Saturday evenings?
Yes, Saturday evening, but we have to look at the time. What
Okay,
time is good for you
For each
guys?
of us.
Because yeah, you have to look at the
I
time.
could work. I could any time after 4 5 in the evening. I'm good because I'm
That's
back
your
home
time.
from.
That's your time. That's your
Yeah, so
time.
that would be what time would that be for you, Brian? That would be like,
I'm 3 hours behind you.
so you'd be 1 o'clock.
Yeah, about 1 o'clock. Yeah.
So what
Okay, so
works for you then?
It doesn't matter. It's in the weekends. That's cool. I mean, I could just
Yeah,
figure something
because
out.
once I do my
therefore, on Saturday, we are going to plan and talk about this. I'm going to bring a topic. I have a topic which I haven't talked about. I have the screenshot here, which I still want to talk about. It's about skin color and body features. And
Oh
apart
my
from
god.
that,
Oh my god.
and apart from that, there is a comment which says there is no concept of blackness in Africa. You understand? So there is another one I want to. There is some other one too. So most definitely, you have to prepare. You guys have to prepare, because I have
Right.
this.
But he's start you I think we're starting to make progress. You're starting to understand us more.
So how would you call the leaders up in the northern part of Africa that are of a lighter hue? It's
No, they call them
Africa, right?
Arabs. They call them
Oh,
Arabs.
they're classified as. So which
I
part of
mean, most
Africa?
Africans call them Arabs. Yeah.
So which
Those
part of
ones are
Africa?
Arab.
So which part of Africa, from which country coming down, you can start classifying as true Africa?
You can't. For me, I don't. I mean, Supreme have a different definition. I have a different
Okay,
definition.
so I'm looking at a map here. So anything with Morocco, Algeria, Liberia, I mean Libya, Egypt, those are Arab. So
Not.
anything
I
from
mean, the thing is, you know,
You should start from the worst. When you start from the worst, then we will crop some part of the east out of
what about
it.
what about Ethiopia?
They are not.
They're not
I'll say this. That's his definition.
They
why
are
What
they're
not.
not
the way I look at it is this.
but
You
they're in
know,
the
it's
aren't they in the Bible from back in the days?
yeah,
Africa?
right.
No, but they
I
are
mean,
Africans. They are not black.
even in Egypt, what I'm gonna tell you, my friend, like I told you, like Sudan overlap, right, with Egypt. You'll find those people in that graduation video in Egypt as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
this is the difference
You
that
know
we
what I
are
mean?
talking about.
Especially in Upper Egypt. Like
Yeah,
Upper
when we're
Egypt
talking
and
about
Northern Sudan, it's really technically the same people. And then you have in Northern Egypt, not all of them, who might look like, you know, people from like the Levant or Syria and this and that. Upper Egyptians look like those people you see in that graduation picture.
Okay.
And that who's partying at the graduation.
but
Like right,
I'm going to bring some pictures.
right.
Then we talk about the difference
Like
between.
when you talk and when you talk about Ethiopia, right? And
Yeah,
here's the weird thing about East Africa. Okay. Okay, you have Ethiopians and Somalians and Djibouti who look a certain way. However, you have Kenyans who like Kikuyus who might actually look Bantu or Somali. It
Okay.
depends. And then you go to Rwanda and you have the Tutsis. Now, a lot of the Tutsis, not all of them, look like ethnic Somalis or
Wow.
Ethiopians. And that's in Rwanda.
Oh
just get
boy.
ready.
It's
Just
getting
Huh?
get
more
ready.
it's getting more complicated. You know what? Oh, Brian, all we got to do is to just use the U.S. Passport. That's all.
So that's what I'm saying. That's so it's no true look, and it's fun. And it's funny because genetically, Tutsis are closer to their Bantu neighbors than people in Ethiopia, and that's why the Rwandan war happened due to featureisms, and you know European trying to bring that stupid Hamitic theory. I mean, if you look at the Hamitic theory, it was dumb,
where
and
where are they located? I'm looking at the map here. I cannot see Rwanda.
it's located near Uganda. It's like
Okay.
south. It's like near Tanzania.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, that's a very small country.
You're right. As Rwanda and Burundi, they're technically speaking, both countries share the same ethnicities of Tutsis,
I see
Hutus,
that.
and
Yeah, I
Tutsi.
see that. Oh, those are small countries. Wow.
Right.
Almost some of the small. Actually, they look like the smallest countries in Africa. Well, with Equatorial Guinea.
hmm
Wow.
Right. But you have some Tutsis who look like Somalis.
Mm. Brian, have you been to Ethiopia?
No, I haven't. I
I
haven't.
heard they're pretty nice people. I don't know how true is that. What's your take, Supreme? Ethiopians.
Look, Ethiopians are very beautiful. Okay, they
They're
are
all
very
right.
beautiful
I wouldn't
people.
say they're beautiful, but they're okay.
Yeah, they are very beautiful people. But I haven't been there before, so I cannot really talk more about how they welcome people. You understand, like how they are. But I know that for sure that they are very beautiful people when you even watch their programs and yeah, you see them in person too as well. You understand,
I
but
mean, there's a lot of them in LA and Ethiopia.
yes,
Oh, they got a lot in when I was in DC for a while. There a bunch of them in Virginia around that area down there,
Yeah.
DC, Virginia. Do they mix or they kind of stay close to each other in terms of marriage and stuff like that?
I
no,
would say
I
generally,
think they don't mix.
I mean, generally they
Ah.
don't mix, but I
They
do
don't
know
mix.
some. I knew some African Americans who did date them.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
They
Some
they
African
hardly mix.
Americans,
And
and
Brian,
I
you
know
say
some.
you
You,
say
you know,
Brian, you
I
say
do met some African Americans who did date them, along with African Americans females who dated some of the men. I mean, let's face it, people are going to be chasing after people regardless.
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Where that heart start acting up and ticking, people going to react. You know,
Brian, you said they're okay. So in the entire Africa, where do you see those beauty queens then? Every country has beauty queens, but
yeah,
where you see them?
every country's have beauty queens. You know, like
But,
I
but
mean,
where you see?
I think South Sudanese are beautiful in their own way. They tall. A lot of them are very very dark skinned. You see them
Ah,
in South Sudanese. I'm talking about like Dinka. You know what I
we're
mean?
talking about what 5'11", 5.
No, no, like some of these women are like 6'1",
Are you
very
serious?
very. You never seen a South Sudanese model before?
No, like who? Iman?
No, no, like Iman is from Somalia, like Alek Wek.
No, no, I don't keep up with that. No.
Okay, like a Dinka people are very. You see them in Sudan too a lot. The Dinka people. I mean, because when people think of Sudan, they think about these people. Really,
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna show you what people
Are
think
the
of
men the
Sudan.
same? Are the men the same height?
It really depends. They height vary, but when I seen them in Egypt and also Khartoum, a lot of them were like very tall. Like I seen a guy when the first time I seen the South Sudanese person. The guy was like about Jesus. The two guys like about 7'5" or something like that, and the
Ooh.
woman was like about 6'8".
Mm.
And I remember they were standing at the American embassy, and I was just like, "What the hell are these people?" Very dark skin. I'm gonna give you an example. This is just a typical.
Yeah, Brian,
You know,
you're gonna American guys will have a hard time gauging them. 7 feet.
well, not all of them are like that. I mean, you have some of them who are like 5'11",
Okay.
6 feet, and this is kind of like a typical South Sudanese person, kind of. I have him on the private chat,
Okay. Okay.
like Dinka tribe person. I mean, when people usually think of Sudan, they think about these people. Really, they don't think about the people you've seen at the graduation party.
Yeah. I want to travel to Africa, man. I want to start doing some traveling. But you want to have you want to go to a place where you have a good experience for the first time, so you can continue. You know what I mean? You just
Mhm.
don't want to jump into any and any country, and all of a sudden you find yourself in some situations. It's just
Right, right.
like,
Nah, nah, nah. I mean,
uh,
you'll be because I want to visit South Sudan myself. Since it's a separate country right now. Have you ever heard of the basketball player Manute Bol?
yeah, that's where he's from.
Yeah, that's where he's from.
Oh yeah, he died. He died though. I think he
Yeah, he
died.
died. Yeah, yeah.
I,
That's where he's from.
I think his son also played basketball. I don't know if he's in the NBA.
Right. And oh yeah,
All right.
it's a video on YouTube where this short dude, it's the tallest people on earth. I'm gonna post it. It was South Sudanese people that he was talking
Oh,
about.
South Sudanese. Okay. All
Right,
right.
right. Tallest people on earth in South Sudan. I'm
So in the
Jewish.
meantime, Supreme, what you want to get us back on track next week Saturday?
Most definitely, I'm going to get you guys back on track on Saturday. So all you have to do is you have to be ready.
No,
I just want to
we
make.
got to.
Here's the link of this, the tallest people on earth. You could get to look at it.
Okay.
There's a YouTube video.
Okay, it's at the private chat, right? Okay,
Yeah. Hmm.
we have it over there. All right, so yeah, I saw Brian's email address. It's Yahoo. You are still on Yahoo.
Yeah.
I also have Yahoo account, but I don't remember the last time I used Yahoo. But I'm going to send you email right now so that let me know if you have my email. What do you call it? I'm going to send some hi on what do you call it on Gmail because now I'm using Gmail.
What do you? Oh, you use
So
Gmail now.
yes, I use Gmail because most of my activities I do on what do you call it with Gmail. Yahoo is no more. I use Yahoo because of the chat rooms they had before.
Right.
But now I don't use it anymore. But I'm going to send you message. So let me know if you have my message. Uh, what am I going to write here?
But I do want to visit Nigeria, though. I really do.
Yes.
I heard it's so crowded though. That's I hate a lot large, congestion, But I heard it's
Right.
so congested. The cities are. But again, I shouldn't let that alone be the deciding factor why I shouldn't go, because every country has rich culture, and that's very
Right.
important to me. The food, the culture, the
No, you
music.
have to try. You have to try it out, and you
Mm.
have to also remember that each and every single time, you will come across some hard time and some good time too as well. You just have to prepare for the both. But I will recommend. I will personally recommend you to
Ghana.
start. Yes, I will recommend you to
He
start
hates
with
Ghana.
Ghana first. Start with Ghana first, because with Ghana, uh, like you said, you wanted to work with tranquility without worrying so much. Ghana, it's very good for that, and they have fantastic nightlife, and yeah, you will have a good time.
If you want to
But
experience a country with less corruption, that would be Rwanda.
That's what
yes,
I heard. Yeah, I heard.
yes, Ghana, the corruption in Ghana is 101%.
When you say corruption, let's say I'm driving a car, cops could stop me and ask me for money and stuff like that.
Yes, they won't ask you, but if you give them, they'll take it and they'll allow you to
God.
go.
Just
They have their languages, you know.
Oh, sign
They'll just
language.
tell you that when they say it's an offense, let's just make sure we solve this offense. It means they are talking to you, so you
So
have to
just
know what they are trying to say.
so just slide a couple US greenbacks.
Yes, you understand. If you watch through the videos, the YouTube videos from the Black Americans who visited Ghana, you will come across a lot of people who had such experiences, and you have to just watch it, because me, I will tell you the truth about any single thing about Ghana. I'll make sure I won't hide anything to you. So, Brian got my email. Yes,
But
I'm
guys,
going to.
I'm gonna get going, man, because I gotta get up in the morning. It was
All
a
right.
fine,
pleasure
buddy.
talking to you guys,
Well,
man.
We'll talk
don't
to you
forget
guys.
to subscribe to this channel, share the channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye
Peace
And
to you,
have a good
bro.
bye. Brian, go and sleep,
bye
Brian.
bye.
Enjoy.
And have a good night's sleep.
Good
Good night,
night.
buddy. Crazy
Good
self. Good night.
night.